Okay, we'll probably be standing at time as Gerald Newsom, the Fieldhouse announcer at the DW Howard Fieldhouse, is introducing the starting lineup now. The confetti really begins to fly in Elder McDowell's student body. Well, I'll tell you what, and talking with Principal Gary Fraser, McDowell High School, he's really pleased with McDowell, and I'll tell you, the fans have really supported the team this year.
I tell you, Johnny Ray Turner has done such an excellent job there at McDowell. He's restored pride back there. Of course, the players have a lot to do with that because those are the guys who are playing. Coach Turner, you know, he's my vote for Coach of the Year because he's done so many things with this ball club other than just being a fine coaching job.
I noticed I talked to some of the McDowell alumni who's graduated and attended Moorhead College. They drove all the way back up tonight just for this ball game, and then they got to turn around and go all the way back to Moorhead.
You know, that's really great, that kind of excitement, that community excitement, to get those type of people involved. Anytime you can do that, you know, you're doing something great, and it's a big asset to your program.
Well, I tell you, everyone's on their feet now on the McDowell side. As Mark Hall now has been introduced for McDowell.
There's another good young player right there.
Only a sophomore.
Yeah.
Brad Kempton now a sophomore, 6'3" sophomore.
A lot of young faces in this tournament. There's a lot of teams out here. I got a feeling next year is going to be an exciting tournament too, not to be looking past this one.
I'll tell you, if it gets much more exciting than this, we're in for a dandy. Well, let's go over straight across in front of us now. The Wheel Ride Trojans. You see the signs that say Trojans? Well, you got to love it. It's basketball in Floyd County.
That's the way it is. And I'm from down in the central part of the state. I don't think you see as much support because you got so much community support. These are people that have gone to these schools. Their kids go to these schools. There are just so many transient people down in the central part of the state that they don't identify with the schools the way they do up in eastern Kentucky. And I don't think you can go anywhere and find anything better than what you see right here tonight.
I noticed some of the fans of McDowell turning around, wiping a little of that paper confetti off of them now and laughing. They love it.
They sure do.
Gotta love it. The intensity is really high. The gymnasium is filled with excitement, and we're ready to bring you live on WPRG TV5, McDowell and Wheelwright, BJ Newsom, Gordon Paradol, and P.D. Gearhart to bring you all the exciting play-by-play in the boys' game. Well, I'll tell you, one good thing about playing on Thursday night, you win that one game, Gordon, you know you're going to make the 15th region tournament.
I'll tell you, I would just love to be in those 14 tournaments. Those are the best way to be because you win one and you go. Although, you know, we're excited about we've won one, but we still know that we've got to win another one also. But, you know, down in the 57th down there, you know, they've got one game down there to play and they know they're going on. Here we just have to wait just a little bit longer, but creates just a little bit more excitement, I guess.
Do you like the seed?
Oh, I love the seed. I think the seed is the best way to do it. I coached, you know, in the 59th at Mullins where we didn't seed. I was under Steve Butcher there for 4 years, and Steve was there 8 years. And the 8 years that Steve was there, he drew the district winner every year that he was there. And many of those times, and I would say at least 7 out of 8 of those times, we probably had the second best ball club in that district.
So when it comes down to region time, you really want your best two teams representing you, I feel.
You know, I feel that way. You know, some people look at, you know, well, if you're the best, you're going to be there at the end anyway. But
not necessarily true.
That's true, but I just think, you know, that if you play during the regular season, you know, make it count for something. That, you know, it makes your last conference games, you know, count that much more. You know, we had excitement here, you know, about a month ago when Betsy Lane and McDowell squared off for that number one seed, and that was a big seed right there.
That was our first live telecast that night. I should say cable cast, and I'll tell you what, it was excitement for us. It was exciting for the fans, and boy, you thought that was for all the marbles. We're still waiting. I believe they're trying to clear up the floor down on the far end. Johnny Ray Turner has really commended his assistant coaching staff. I don't know. I don't think your head coaches can make it without a little bit of legwork from those assistants.
I know there's no way that we can make it. They put in just as much or more time than we do. They're doing the same things we're doing. You know, I couldn't live without Coach Burchett.
Okay, Hall and Boyd went up to the respective school, and McDowell has the basketball. Webb likes to work that point. He is quick out there. Webb looking for a little bit of help. Gives it over to Mark off the baseline. Him to Lance. He turns, puts it off the glass, got it to go.
Excellent move inside right there.
McDowell's got good leaping ability in Lance and Lenny Hall.
And that leaping ability makes this defense right here, the 1-3-1 trap, really strong, because those guys, it's tough to get it over the top of them. If you don't work it well, they're going to get a hand on it, and then they're going to get a layup out of it.
Cotton has the basketball now for Wheelwright. Tries to drive inside, almost has it tipped away from him. Tommy Jones on the move, loses the handle, goes out of bounds, and they say it's tipped, I believe, by a McDowell player.
Wheelwright looks like they're coming out and what you need to do to beat that 1-3-1, and that's penetrate on it. Pass over and penetrate. And then if you can make one of them three-pointers, that really helps you out.
Webb was on the rebound, brought it all the way down, tried to pass it inside, and McDowell will keep the basketball. Well, the way the teams are pushing it up and down the floor now, I'm going to have to watch every play.
They seem like they're ready to get up and down the floor. They all seem excited here.
Nicky Joe Shannon lets it go, has it partially blocked, and he is fouled. I believe they're going to call that one on number 11, Tommy Jones.
Looks like Wheelwright switched back to a man-to-man that time. They kind of opened up in a 1-2-2 zone. I think they switched back man that time.
Nicky Joe Shannon will be on the charity stripe. He'll shoot a pair.
I don't know if there is a weakness in this McDowell offense here.
A lot of people rank this set of guards here probably the best in the region, comparing, I'm not saying individually, but as a pair.
They may even be individually. Henry Webb, he impresses me. He just so consistent, just a model of consistency. Does so many great things for his team.
Nicky Joe Shannon hits both. McDowell goes on top quickly, 4-zip.
Got a 1-2-1-1 press here now.
Cole with the basketball. Steve Cole loses the basketball. Shannon loses the handle, puts it back up, can't get it to go, and he's fouled again.
Like the foul's on Cotton, I believe.
Paul May it is. Vic Cotton has picked up his first, the team's second, and that's going to put Nicky Joe Shannon back on the line once again. Boy, McDowell's coming right after Wheelwright early.
They're making no bones about what they're going to do with the basketball. They're taking it right down. They force it right inside every time on the penetration. They've got after them on the zone press. They've had a couple of steals and taking it right to the basket.
This one is up and in also. Now Shannon 4 out of 4 from the foul line. McDowell is on top, 6-zip. I bet you Lane can witness that McDowell can shoot the free throws. They hit 20 in a row against Betsy Lane. Wheelwright has turned it back over. And boy, for this McDowell team, I'll tell you, all the fans, I see the principal, everyone gets on their feet. It's almost like being at a University of Kentucky basketball game.
Just about, probably even just a little bit better, because they know the kids and they can identify with them, and this is their University of Kentucky right here.
That's right. Nicky Joe Shannon with the basketball. He's going to take some time, bring it up. Tommy Jones going to pick him up. Nicky Joe's going to give it up to Mark Hall. Right back to Nicky Joe, lobs inside. Lance Hall on the turnaround, puts it up and in.
I'll tell you, those kids are tough. When they get on that high post, if you don't have the good weak side help, they're going to burn you every time, because they're just too quick for most big men.
Tommy Jones walked with the basketball, got away with it. And here we go, Lenny Hall on out to Mark Hall, lays it up and in. Wow, Wheelwright's going to have to get a timeout.
Got one right here.
They're going to have to get a timeout. It's all McDowell. They lead 10-zip with 6:15 to go in the first quarter of play. Let's get a 30-second break, and we'll be right back at the D.W. Hired Fieldhouse.
Reason number one for buying your home from Hilton Homes is value. The one way to do this is by stretching your heating dollars with the add-on heat pump, for which their homes are adaptable. No one will sell you more home for your hard-earned dollars than the folks at Hilton Homes in Ivel. They have a good selection of the best-built homes in the business and enjoy the saving advantage of the modern solution to winter, the electric heat pump. Shop and compare for price and quality. You'll agree that Hilton Homes in Ivel is the best place to buy.
You're watching the Wheelwright cheerleaders performing now. You're watching exciting 58th District Tournament live on WPRG TV 5. Gordon Paradox, I want to thank the Prestonsburg School for their cooperation in allowing us to carry the basketball games live to the people.
I think it's great for the basketball. You know, the kids, there was a lot of people at school today that were talking about the game being on TV last night. A lot of people said, you know, we didn't get a chance to come, but it was on TV. We couldn't believe it was on TV, and that's just something special and something added extra to this tournament.
Randy Boyd, the young sophomore, hits from underneath. He puts Wheelwright on the scoreboard, so evidently the timeout worked.
That was Brad.
Oh, all right. Boy, McDowell answers back. It is a 12-2 basketball game.
Wheelwright a lot more patient this time coming down. I'm sure Coach Jones talked about that in the huddle.
Well, Mark Hall going for the steal. Big Cotton with the basketball, brings it right back across the timeline, penetrates down, blocked by Lance Hall. Lenny Hall with the basketball quickly up to Mark, bounce pass back to Lance. Boy McDowell moves the basketball. Henry Webb for 3 points, can't get it to go. Big Cotton on the rebound. Cotton moves the basketball, still moving, brings it down, lobs it underneath. The fake, going up with it, and he couldn't get the basketball to fall for him.
I think they might have to use this as a model game of Eastern Kentucky basketball right here. If this is not run and gun, I've never seen it before.
We're about to change. Craig Martin, number 35, is into the lineup now for Wheelwright.
Oh, nice pass, nice penetration. That's what Henry Webb does so effective. He penetrated right into the lane. The man stepped up there to the broken line to pick him up, dish it right off. Excellent play.
Martin's going to pick up his first, the team's third. Lenny Hall now with his 4th point in the ball game will be on the line. He'll get 1. Boy, 14-2. I have really never seen a high school team really come out as far up as McDowell, ready to go in this basketball game.
I think they're wanting to end this season just like they started with those Floyd County teams.
15-2 in favor of McDowell. 5 minutes and 3 seconds still remaining in the first quarter play. Cotton with a basketball. Wheelwright throws it away. Dickie Joe Shannon comes up with it for... He's going to let the 3-pointer go. Write it down.
This press really bothered Wheelwright. They just they can't look over top of it. They're not getting the good passes. Coach Jones is just going to have to settle them down just a little bit more. I see talking to them now, telling them what to do, trying to go through the motions. I know it has to be frustrating sitting on the side watching.
7 points in the ball game for Shannon. Tommy Jones on the move. Jones pulls up, lets a little short jump shot go. He can't get it to go. Scrap for the rebound and putting it back up and in is number 31, Randy Boyd. It's Compton 31. They've got me changed up on numbers here. So Brad Compton has 4 points in the basketball game. All 4 of Wheelwright's points. Oh, nice move. Now we have a charge.
A charge on that.
Well, I believe Henry Webb is kind of looking over Johnny Ray Turner. What can Johnny Ray say? He stands up and claps hands. His team's out to 18-4 lead.
It makes it a little bit easier to coach when you're in a situation like this right here. But, you know, that's a good aggressive play by Henry Webb. You're not going to go through a game and play aggressive offense without getting a charge. And it is something positive, also, although you don't want a kid to do it every time. But it is a positive move when a kid takes it to the basket that hard.
Oh, nice move by Martin. He can't get it to go. Dickie Joe Shannon has the basketball, and he is fouled quickly by Big Cotton on that play. That will be Big second foul and the team's 4th.
Fouls on Big Cotton, his 2nd, team 4th.
Well, Johnny Ray Turner helped me in last night's basketball game. We did the game, your game, of course, against Allen Central, and I could tell he was kind of excited about tonight's basketball game and get his team to play.
I can't say that I blame him. With the fine team he's got, you know, he has to be really excited right here at tournament time because they really have a legitimate chance to win this region. I think a lot of people overlook them just because they've been down in the past, and I think they're in a great position to really pull off something in this region.
Oh, Lenny Hall, beautiful pass back to Webb. He can't get it to go. Lenny Hall has the rebound, battles it, puts it back up and in.
Just another aspect there of McDowell basketball team. They got the good offensive rebounders, the leapers we talked about earlier.
7 points in the first quarter for Lenny Hall. Nice pass underneath to Brad Compton. Lays up. He can't get it to go. Fakes. Goes back up again. Can't get it to go. And coming off of that rebound is Lenny Hall. Quickly to Webb. Webb on the move. Gives it up to Mark Hall. Lays it up and in.
Excellent transition basketball right there. Had a good defensive play down the other end. Kind of intimidate the shooter. Got it out. Made 2 quick passes and a layup.
22-4. McDowell. They're off to a blistering start. Jones lets it go, and we have a blocking foul, and I believe that's going to be called against Lenny Hall.
Didn't quite get over in time to pick up the charge there.
That will be his first, the team's 2nd.
Fouls on Lenny Hall, his first, team's 2nd.
Tommy Jones will be on the line.
Tommy Jones will be on the line for Wheelwright.
Jones not really involved in the ball game a whole lot right now. He's an excellent outside shooter, but hasn't been slowed down very long enough for him to get spotted up there on the 3-point range there. Wheelwright probably just needs to be a little bit more patient against the press. As soon as they solve this a little bit, I think they're going to start getting some points on the board.
Jason Cook into the lineup now for the Trojans. And Tommy Jones with 1 more try. This one's up. He can't get it to go. On the rebound, Martin puts it up, and he has a shot blocked by Lance Hall, and he is going to be whistled for the foul. That'll be his first, the team's third.
I don't think there's anything more frustrating for a coach to see the other team get that rebound on that free throw. I know that frustrates me more than anything. You've got that natural positioning there on your man anyway, and when they pull down that rebound, I think that may even give me gray hair someday.
I thought Craig Martin might have got away with a little bit of push on that one. This one is on the way. It is good. It is a 22-5 basketball game, 3:07 to go in the first quarter of play. This one is on the way. It is up and good.
Wheelwright out with some full court pressure here.
Coach Johnny Ray Turner standing up. Webb.
I thought it was a man there, but it might be a 1-2.
Oh, beautiful pass from Webb to Lance Hall.
It doesn't make much difference what it was on that. When you break it that way, it doesn't make any difference.
Boy, Gordon Paradol, that's a thing of beauty for high school students to be able to do that, break that quick.
It's just great to see kids that are so conscientious of giving a ball up like that. You know, he went in and penetrated just like he should have, and then he give that ball up to the first open man there. You know, it's great as a coach to see that kind of teamwork, that type of camaraderie, and that's something that just keeps building with you, and it's great to see in tournament time.
Lance Hall has picked up his second, the team's fourth. Now each team has committed 4 team fouls, and on the line will be Craig Martin. Craig off the bench has 4 points in the basketball game. He'll be going after point number 5, 24-8, 2:49 to go in the first quarter play.
You know, Coach Jones is probably sitting there thinking that this is the longest quarter he's ever set at this point right here, and I'm sure he just can't wait to get his team over there and get a good minute's talk with them and settle them down a little bit.
Henry Webb on the move, nice behind the back dribble, brings it down, fakes the shot now, decides to go up with it, and he is fouled. And whistled on the foul was number 33, Steve Cole.
McDowell just keeps taking it right to him, just being an offensive threat. And like I said before, they've got 5 players out there who are offensive threats. And each person is turning and squaring up to the basket. And if they see the opening, they're going for it.
Henry Webb shot is up and in. Well, that's the first point for Henry Webb.
Goes for 4 from the field, but he's got 4 assists so far.
There's 2 out 2 from the foul line now. And we have a 26-9 ball game. We're still in the first quarter of play. Cotton with a basketball, double team, quickly gets it up, throws it right into Henry Webb's hand. Webb on the move. Oh, beautiful pass. Just missing that time was Lenny Hall. Quick, we're right now 3-on-1. Cotton brings it all the way down, puts it up and in, and a charge. No, they're not going to count the basket. So Big Cotton is going to pick up his 3rd foul. I think Monroe Jones is going to have to get him out of there.
You know, you talked about Henry Webb with the 4 assists, and now here he comes back picking up a big charge. These are intangible things that a lot of people don't see. Little bitty things. He's not doing a big job of scoring tonight, but he knows he's got other things to do on his team. So he makes a great defensive play, and he's got the ball to the open man.
McDowell's going to bring Keith Shelton, comes into the ball game. Henry Webb on the spin, goes left-handed. Almost turned it over, give it over to Lenny Hall, looking back inside. Dickie Joe Shannon puts it up, can't get the roll. It's tipped up, won't go by Shelton. Has his own rebound, banks it up and in. No, they say no foul. Let's see what happened.
Oh. I thought he was in the act of shooting that time. They're going to call it on the floor.
It's going to be on 35, Craig Martin, his 2nd. Both teams now will be in the bonus from here on in. We still have 2:08 to go in the first quarter of play. So that's going to put Keith Shelton on the line. He'll get the bonus. Keith's first shot is on the way, won't go. The first free throw missed by McDowell after hitting 7 in a row. Quickly, Tommy Jones has it right back. Nice move that time, yes. Jones. I think Jones is really going to have to do that, Gordon, to try to open things up for Wheelwright.
Well, anytime you've got pressure defense like McDowell's putting on, the only way to relieve that pressure defense is to penetrate into it.
Lenny Hall has it stolen away. McDowell has 2-on-1. It goes underneath the lay and up and in, that time by Jason Cook.
A few more plays like this and Wheelwright's right back in this ball game.
26-13 as the pace begins to quicken. Henry Webb, I thought he was going to charge. He stopped. Webb comes back up with a steal again. No, we have a blocking foul. Well, I'll tell you, this is really excitement. Coach Johnny Ray Turner's off the bench and slow down, calm down. We got the lead.
He wants to make sure they protect this lead. You know, so many times in tournament play, that momentum just keeps changing and changing. And there's times, you know, a 13-point lead really means nothing in tournament time with a 3-point shot. Anything can happen.
Henry Webb's going to be on the line for the bonus.
I think Coach Turner is just more interested in his team right now of trying to put this game away early so he can sit down, take a rest, come watch the ball game tomorrow night knowing that he's going to the region.
Henry Webb hits again. 3 of 3 now from the free throw line for Henry Webb. McDowell's on top, 27-13 with 1:29 to go. You know, the last, I guess the last winning team was when Steve Newsom played at McDowell in the mid-70s. So the fans have got a lot to be excited about, and this is a good ball club.
It's an excellent ball club. You know, it's amazing how far they have came in just 1 year. The things that they were doing last year, I'm not sure what the record was, but I know it was well below 500. And then just to come back and have that winning attitude, which is hard to instill in kids, you know, just a great asset to Coach Turner and to this ball club.
They tried to lob inside too high that time. And now here comes McDowell. Nikki Joe Shannon with the basketball. Penetrates in. And it goes over to Lenny Hall. Lays it up and in. Boy, Lenny Hall with 9 points in the first quarter. 30-13 with 50 seconds remaining in the first quarter play. Jones wants to keep the ball. Wants to let it go now from 3-point land. Write it down.
Like I said, very many of those, 4 or 5 of those shots will get you back into a ball game pretty quick.
30-16.
We got a steal.
Stolen away by Martin. Lays it up. No, they're going to call him for the charge, and you got to disagree with that call.
I thought he might have leaned just a little bit of shoulder in on him because I didn't think there was enough full contact to really merit a charge in that situation.
He has picked up his 3rd foul. Craig Martin, boy. I mean, May, I don't know about that call. I just disagree with that call there.
You know, a charge is a great defensive play, but I'm one of the people that believes that if you're going to take it, you better earn it. And,
really?
Taking nothing away from Henry Webb on that because he was doing what he felt like he should be doing, but I didn't feel like, you know, that he had the great position in that situation there.
I thought if anything, it should have been the other way. Martin should have been allowed the basket. 30-16, we're down to 10 seconds to go in the first quarter play. Nicky Joe Shannon spins. He wants to let it go from 18, can't get it to go. We're right on the rebound. Quickly, they've got 1 second, and we played 1 quarter of basketball with the McDowell Daredevils 30 and the Wheelwright Trojans 16. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Hall's TV Service Center for VCR repair without the long waiting. Most parts are in stock, and 90% of the VCRs brought in are ready in 1 day. Hall's TV Service Center gives you a 90-day conditional guarantee. They're your authorized service dealer for all major brands of TVs. Stop by or call Ray or Mike at Hall's TV Service Center located at Stanville, near Holly's Beauty Shop and the post office. Check out their ad in the Yellow Pages. For best service in TVs and VCRs, call 478-9300.
We're the Betsy Lane's Men's Club. Now don't you see, you can come on in and work on your body.
We got squats, blasts, and weights galore. You can shoot a few hoops and tally the score.
You can run, jump, become a lean machine. Then you can ease on in to a room of steam.
We got showers, a whirlpool. Now don't you see, you can lounge, relax, and watch TV.
So give us a try. Now what do you say? Come on in and join the Betsy Lane's Men's Club today.
Ready to go with the second quarter of basketball. Wheelwright is out on the floor now. We're waiting for the McDowell Daredevils, and now Coach Johnny Ray Turner is going to let them go. Wheelwright will own the basketball. Gordon and I were just talking during the break. This could have easily been a 28-19 with Wheelwright with the basketball. It could have been a little bit different story.
The charge was a big call, and it's only time's going to tell how it affects Wheelwright. They may come back here and really get going right now, but that was a big call right there. Probably the biggest call so far in this game.
Brad Compton with a basketball, gives it back to Tommy Jones.
McDowell matched up man to man.
Oh, nice spin. Couldn't get it to go, and on the rebound was Shelton. Shelton with the basketball, quicked up to Mark Hall, on to Dickie Joe Shannon. Shannon wants to move, give it back to Henry Webb. Well, I like the way this McDowell team plays together. They don't mind giving it up to each other.
They don't mind at all, and that's what makes them such a great offensive
Shannon
team.
wide open, banks it up, can't get it to go, and jerking down the rebound that time was Big Brad Compton.
I love to see those kids use that glass, though. That just helps them so much.
Brad's only a sophomore. Another wire ball this time by Tommy Jones.
I think he may have been just a step out of his range right there. He had made one just before, and I know he was feeling good about it, but he was backed up probably a good 1.5 feet off that line that time.
Get the ball back to Henry Webb. Webb, in from 12, can't get it to go. Webb, it's going to be a whistle for the foul over the back. Yeah, and that is Webb's second foul. So we're going to walk the other end, and Wheelwright's going to be going to get to shoot the bonus.
I hate to keep harping on the charge call, but if they'd have called the block on Henry Webb a while ago and then picks up his third foul right then, you know, that would have been another plus for Wheelwright.
Randy Boyd's going to be on the line. He'll get the bonus, the young sophomore.
Wheelwright's had their difficulties this year at the free throw line. I know when they played Betsy Lane, they played them an outstanding game up at Wheelwright and missed several free throws going down the stretch. I was talking to Coach Jones about it at that time. And I know he was really concerned at that point of the season with his free throw shooting.
The young sophomore, Randy Boyd, has hit on his first free throw attempt. He'll have one more. And suddenly Wheelwright is back within 12.
This game's by no means over.
Henry Webb with the basketball. He is going to be guarded by Boyd. Brings it across the timeline. Webb still looking for help. Gives it over to Mark Hall. Mark back into Shelton. Shelton right back to Mark Hall to give and go, and that was partially blocked. Great defense, I thought, that time by Jason Cook.
It was an excellent offensive play countered by an excellent defensive play.
Tommy Jones with the basketball. Going to give it up to Boyd. Well, there's a lot of good young players, Gordon, from all the teams around Floyd County. A lot of good sophomores.
Well, there really is. There's every team in this conference, in this county, has got excellent younger players, which, like, you know, we talked about before, is going to be great for years to come.
We have a whistle on the floor this time. And I believe it's going to be called against Keith Shelton. That'll be his first.
That's his first personal foul.
Steve Cole, I believe, will be on the line. Steve has not scored in the ball game, so they'll have 2 free throws now. 6:26 to go in the second quarter of play. He has a chance to pull Wheelwright within 10.
These are big free throws here. Whenever you hit that, you've been down 13, 14, 15, you hit that 10 mark and then get an opportunity to go under. It's just an added incentive for your ball club.
And the second one is right through. Henry Webb gets the ball into Mark Hall. Mark's a good-looking sophomore in his own right. Lenny Hall with the bat. Oh, nice. Right back to Mark Hall. Fakes, goes up, draws the foul. And I believe Steve Cole, no, it could be Jason Cook. We're going to see it is on 21, Jason Cook. That'll be his first. Well, it's got to be good to see a young sophomore go in there and use his head fake and draw the foul.
One of the better sophomores probably, you know, in this county, Sam Stewart of Betsy Lane. I like to rank him as probably the top one, but this kid right here, you know, there's not much distance between first and second if that's the way I rank.
Mark hits on that one. Mark has 5 points in the basketball game. It is a 31-20 ball game. 6:17 to go in the second quarter of play. This one is on the way right through. Wheelwright with the basketball. Boyd under a lot of pressure. Jason Cook gives it back to Steve Cole. Cole, no problem, across the timeline. Oh, we have a travel. Wheelwright's going to turn the basketball over.
I was just getting ready to make the comment to Wheelwright handling the pressure that much better, and just got a little bit of a hurry right there.
Well, you know, the student body at McDowell has not sat down this entire basketball game.
Well, I think they're excited about it. They're wanting that trip to the regional tournament, and they're going to make sure these guys don't fall asleep out there.
We have exactly 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Play 32-20. Lenny Hall.
Nice move inside.
11 points in the ball game now for Lenny Hall. McDowell opens back up by 14. Steve Cole with the basketball. Gives it over to Boyd. He'll take it top of the key. Back to Cole. Around the horn we go. Cole on the nice move by Cole. Lays it up and in. We got to feel if Wheelwright keeps penetrating in close like that, getting the good shots, they can get back in the ball game.
they're definitely doing a better job on their offense now, getting the ball inside where they need to.
Well, Henry Webb's quick bringing the ball back down the floor. Shelton off the baseline, can't get it to go. Steve Cole had the rebound, come off his hands and into the hands of Tommy Jones. Jones, nice underneath to Compton, lays it up and in.
Just a prime example of keeping your head up when you're handling the ball. Saw the open man, got it to him.
Brad Compton with 6 points in the ball game, 34-24. 5 minutes remaining in second quarter play. Mark Hall with the basketball. Dickie Joe Shannon cuts off the pick, takes it all the way down, stops, puts it up short. Scraps the rebound, coming out of there with it was Jason Cook. Here come the Trojans.
Big possession here for Will Wright.
Jones all the way down. He can't get it to go on the rebound, and they're going to call over the back, I believe, that time. It could have go against Brad Compton. That's going to put Webb back on the line.
Now it's on Brad Compton. That's his first personal foul.
So Henry Webb will be at the line where he is 4 of 4 from the foul line. Well, we were up with a chance really to get it first time under double figures within the first minute and a half of the game.
They had an excellent chance right there at that time with Henry Webb on the line there, but I don't think they'll have much of a chance of getting it back the way he shoots free throws. I hope I didn't jinx him when I said that.
Oh, no, you didn't. It was straight through. Bottom of the net.
I don't think anything was going to bother him on that one.
Gordon Barrett, I believe we have a equally, if not bigger crowd tonight than we did last night. Big crowd on hand.
It looks like an excellent sized crowd what we've got tonight. Of course, you know, we've had the Betsy Lane girls playing tonight, which I'm sure brought a lot of people out. Had a good crowd, a good spirited crowd for that first ball game.
Compton stops, going to give it back outside. Tommy Jones. 36-24 McDowell. 4.5 minutes to go, second quarter play. Boyd, nice move on the baseline. Puts it up, just gets it short. Almost had his own rebound. Tipped around and coming out there is Keith Shelton with a basketball. Shelton gets it up quickly. Here comes Dickie Joe Shannon on the move. Goes against Compton, lays it up and in.
Nice change of pace that time, Dickie Joe.
9 points in the ball game now for Dickie Joe Shannon. Cole gets it up. Tommy Jones back to Cole. Back to Jones. McDowell backing in a little bit now in the zone. Boyd. We're right showing a little more patience this time as Tommy Jones from 3.
Tommy Jones for 3.
Cut the lead back to 11.
37-28, or 38-27, I better say, with 3.5 minutes to go. 3-point attempt by Henry Webb, write it down.
That's how you answer that call, isn't it?
That puts it up a 41-27 ball game. Well, let's see how interested Steve Cole's going to come back now for Wheelwright. Jones wide open. Nice move on the baseline. Jones made a beautiful move, just couldn't get it to go. He goes out of bounds. It's going to belong to Wheelwright.
Wheelwright's made some nice penetrating moves here. They get the defender in the air, and they went around him with a good bounce, but they just can't seem to get the 10-footer to fall.
About 3:05 to go in the second quarter play. Tommy Jones, Wheelwright's going to back it out and take some time. Maybe that's the only way you're going to slow McDowell. You're going to have to hold it yourself and take a little time off the clock. Maybe slow him up a little bit.
Maybe take a little steam out of him, drain a little bit here.
Well, they've opened up excellent in the first half. Boyd on the penetration, lets it go. Can't get it to go. Scraps the rebound. Oh, I'll tell you, I thought that time that Jason Cook did a good job. He got the offensive board, couldn't get it to go. Dickie Joe Shannon back 15 feet away. It's the back of the rim, won't go. Scraps the rebound, and Brad Compton of Wheelwright comes out of there with it. Quickly to Tommy Jones. Jones makes a move in the blue. Puts it up, has it blocked by Shelton, and a foul. Boy, the McDowell fans did not agree with that one. Keith Shelton thought he had all ball on that one. And that's going to put Tommy Jones on the line. He has 8 points in the basketball game. He'll shoot a couple of free throws.
That's his second.
These last 2.5 minutes are important time for Wheelwright. You know, they're still in the ball game right now. They want to go in halftime with something encouraging. I think, you know, if they can keep it right here at a 14-point game or less, then it's going to be an exciting second half. Right now, they just can't get out of control and let McDowell get a run the way they did the first 2 minutes of the ball game.
Well, Jesse Osborne now is going to come in for McDowell. Tommy Jones hits this time. That's 9 points in the ball game for Tommy Jones. Wheelwright's going to counter now with Chad Hall.
Wheelwright making those free throws tonight.
Tommy Jones will have one more try. 2:26 to go in the second quarter of play. This one is on the way, rolls around and falls through.
Also into the Wheelwright lineup.
Big defensive possession here for Wheelwright.
Sean McKenzie, number 20.
Sean McKenzie in the lineup now for Wheelwright. Boy, it seems like every time Wheelwright tries to make a comeback, McDowell just counters.
So many excellent offensive players.
Oh, Wheelwright. I thought that time that Jason Cook tried to force the ball, he should have went ahead and took the shot.
Well, he lost the control of the ball there early, and then when he picked it back up and saw an open man and just tried to force it in there a little too quick.
43-29, 2 minutes and about 2 seconds to go in the second quarter of play. Don't leave us at halftime. We'll be along with all the halftime statistics, so don't go away. On the move, Lenny Hall puts it up way short. I believe Lenny might have been a little bit fouled on that one. Henry Webb lays it up left-handed on the reverse and got it.
Well, it's always a plus for you when those guards can sneak in there and get a cheap basket like that.
Boyd with a basketball for the Trojans. Nice spinning move. Lets it go. Oh, he was hammered. No call. He was not completely out of bounds. On the rebound was Osborne. Gets it out to Webb. Here come the Daredevils. Webb stops from 12. Got it.
I'll tell you, as a coach, I really appreciate somebody like Henry Webb. When you see a classic fast break like that, he got the ball, he penetrated to the middle of the floor, he stopped at the free throw line. Both lanes were filled up. He just stopped, put the little jumper in.
Brent Rose going to come in the McDowell lineup now. Boy, it looks like Mark Hall is hurting down on the bench. Johnny Ray Turner now down there with him. I didn't see anything happen. He might have come down on an ankle.
I didn't see it either, but he looks like he's in quite a bit of pain down there.
Tommy Jones with the basketball. Give it over to Steve Cole. 47-29. Three-pointer by Jones. This time it won't go. Scrap for the rebound. I believe Lenny Hall had the rebound on that one. He did. Gives it up to Henry Webb. Well, Mark is limping bad.
Must be an ankle, the way he's limping. He's trying to walk it off right now.
McDowell now going to go for the last shot of the quarter. They're up by 18, 47-29. 45 seconds.
Backdoor cut.
Oh, Dickie Joe Shannon, blocking foul. Boy, the Wheelwright fans now, they disagree with Paul May on that call.
I'm almost inclined to disagree with him right there. You know, the rule does state that you have to give the man that step to turn around, but he was already on the move, and you just can't allow a man to come in there and run over someone like that. Of course, you know, the charge block calls, you know, they're an instant call, something that's got to be made in a minute. And the call he made was a little bit different than what I thought.
Definitely. I've disagreed on 2 charge calls now. I believe that makes them even. I think it hurt Wheelwright a lot worse than it hurt McDowell, though. Steve Cole with the basketball, going to give it back to Tommy Jones. We're down to 25 seconds to go. Stolen away by Lenny Hall. Well, Lenny Hall's played a good half of basketball for McDowell. Boy, Johnny Ray Turner, he said, hey, big fella, slap me 5 on that one.
McDowell able to stretch out the 14-point lead that we were talking about with 2:29, I believe, in the quarter. We were talking about how crucial a time this was for Wheelwright. And McDowell realizing the same way, and they've really taken advantage of it.
Well, Lenny Hall going after point number 12. This one is on the way. Boy, Lenny is so cool up there. He felt it all the way.
He plays, he's a kid that almost plays without emotion. In some sense, you see, he seems like he's always got the same expression on his face, never loses his cool. Every once in a while, he'll jump up and give those high fives, but he still calms down and gives you that stability you need.
15 seconds remaining, 49-29. It's been all Daredevils. Boy, they've been all over the place in the first half of basketball. I believe that's the most total of first half basketball points I've called this season that anyone has gotten, and Lenny Hall's fouled again. This time I believe it's going to be on number 12, Chad Hall. I think he's picked up his second. That's going to put Lenny Hall back on the line again.
Chad Hall, that's his second personal foul.
That is a great number of points right here. You're talking about a possibility of seeing a 100-point game here tonight.
Lenny's shot won't go. Long one to the other end. Look out. our cheerleaders. We played one half of basketball in the boys' game, and it has been all Daredevils as the fans get on their feet. And so Wheelwright fans also clapping, but it's all McDowell right now as they lead 49-29. We'll be back in 2 minutes with a first half wrap-up.
John C. Hall and his very fine staff at Hall Funeral Home in Martin would like to take this time to wish all the local high schools in the area their very best wishes for the remainder of the basketball season. Remember, Hall Funeral Home serving our community and backing our youth for a better tomorrow. Good luck to all the local high schools from the staff at Hall Funeral Home in Martin.
Moore's Quick Stop. Stop at Moore's Quick Stop when you need to stop for gas, diesel, or you're just plain hungry. Make a quick stop at Moore's Quick Stop located on Route 80 just outside of Martin. Moore's Quick Stop is open 24 hours a day for your convenience. Moore's has the only truck, diesel, in Floyd County. Stop in and try their delicious deli. Moore's Quick Stop has diesel for cars and trucks. That's Moore's Quick Stop located just outside of Martin. Call 285-3027. It's not just a little store, it's a whole lot more. Moore's Quick Stop.
Reason number one for buying your home from Hilton Homes is value. The one way to do this is by stretching your heating dollars with the add-on heat pump for which their homes are adaptable. No one will sell you more home for your hard-earned dollars than the folks at Hilton Homes in Ivel. They have a good selection of the best-built homes in the business and enjoy the saving advantage of the modern solution to winter, the electric heat pump. Shop and compare. For price and quality, you'll agree that Hilton Homes in Ivel is the best place to buy.
I use Elliott's often, and when I do, I'm more than pleased. I just found out recently what all the Elliott companies can do. Now, when I need something done, I call on Elliott's.
The Elliott Companies, where excellence is a way of work.
Glass? We can do it all, from windshields and doors to mirrors and furniture. Parts and supplies? We sell wholesale to everyone. Need a master carpenter? I'm the best, and I work for Elliott's.
Every time you need work done, call the Elliott Companies.
We're at halftime at the D.W. Howard Fieldhouse. It's the boys' game between the McDowell Daredevils and the Wheelwright Trojans. First, for the leading McDowell Daredevils under head coach Johnny Ray Turner. They have scored 49 points in the first half of basketball, and the way they did it, Dickie Joe Shannon has 9 points. Henry Webb leads all scoring with 15. Lance Hall has chipped in with 6 points. Lenny Hall, what a big first half of basketball, 13 points. And also Mark Hall, the fine sophomore who came out with an injury, has 6 points in the ball game. Jason Osborne and Keith Shelton played in the first half and did not score. On the other hand, for Wheelwright Trojans, Steve Cole has 4 points in the basketball game. Vic Cotton, who got into foul trouble and picked up his 3rd foul early, had to come out of there. He has not scored. Jason Cook chipped in with 2 points. Tommy Jones leads all scoring for Wheelwright with 10. Brad Compton, the big sophomore, 6'3 sophomore, chipped in with 6 points. Randy Boyd has 2 points in the ball game. Craig Martin chipped in with 5 off the bench for Wheelwright for a total of 29. In the first half, it has been all Daredevils as they come out swarming all over the floor. And what a first half of basketball. This is the most points scored in the first half by any team that we have had the pleasure of doing this season. We're going to watch the majorettes down on the floor as they begin to perform for us. And we'll listen to one of the bands. Petey Gearhart is going ahead and getting his statistics added up for you. Let's go ahead then and take another 2-minute break, and we'll come back with Petey Gearhart with our first half statistics.
Come to the biggest home builder show ever in the mountains at Kentucky Power Company lot north of Pikeville on US 23. 1 p.m. Friday, April 22nd through 6 p.m. Sunday the 24th. Sponsored by the Home Builders Association of Eastern Kentucky. More than 50 display booths to look through and compare. Gather building and remodeling ideas. See new products and learn how they're used. 5 door prizes and prizes at the booth. Call 432-1461 for more information and details on registration.
Herald Telephone Company. State-of-the-art switching offers subscribers custom services such as push-button dialing, a faster and more reliable way to dial. With call waiting, you'll never miss those important calls. Call forwarding allows you to forward a call to another location. With short or long speed dialing, you can program your phone to automatically dial frequently called numbers at a touch of a button. Add a third party to an existing conversation with 3-way conference calling. Herald Telephone Company, keeping the lines of communications open.
When considering the flameless electric heat pump, check with Clayton Homes in Harrell, Kentucky. Clayton's has spacious double wides and single wides, completely furnished and beautifully decorated. More home buyers choose Clayton's for quality homes at lower prices. See Bob, Kay, and Dana and let them help you turn your investment into one that can really pay off with lower fuel bills and added comfort for your family with the electric heat pump. Clayton Homes located on U.S. Highway 23 just north of Pikeville. Phone 478-9246. With the right paint, you can bring warmth to a cold room or make a problem area seem to disappear. But it works best when the paint is Image Paint from Sandy Valley Hardware. Image Paint comes in your choice of 1,400 colors: gloss, satin, flat finish, latex, vinyl, acrylic, and oil base, in interior and exterior. You'll find all the colors you need to brighten up your living. Let their experts help you choose the paint that matches your project. Sandy Valley Hardware at Allen, your Image Paint headquarters.
We're listening to Gerald Newsom, the Fieldhouse announcer, telling about tomorrow night's basketball game. Of course, it'll be Betsy Lane and Prestonsburg in the boys' game, and it's going to be Wheelwright girls taking on Prestonsburg girls in that ball game. And they'll play about 6:30. We'll be on the air about 20 minutes past 6 tomorrow evening, so join us live on WPRG TV 5 for the 58th District Tournament play. It'll be the semifinals, and Saturday night we'll be right back live with a championship game. And now with the final statistics for the first half of basketball, Petey Gerhardt.
Okay, the first half in the field goal category. First for McDowell, they've scored 49 points. Dickie Joe Shannon hit on 2 for 9 from the field. He had 1 rebound, 1 assist. Henry Webb was 4 out of 11 from the field. He had 5 assists and 1 rebound. Lance Hall was 3 for 3 from the field. Lenny Hall 5 for 8 from the field with 4 rebounds. Mark Hall was 2 for 3 from the field. Jesse Orsman had 1 rebound. Keith Shelton was 0 for 1 from the field, but he had 4 rebounds. And for a team total of 35 shots, and they hit on 16 for 45%, and a team total of 11 rebounds. And now for Wheelwright. First we'll go with Steve Cole. He was 1 for 6 from the field. He had 3 rebounds and 1 assist. Craig Martin was 1 for 4 from the field. He had 1 rebound. Jason Cook was 1 for 1 from the field. He had 3 rebounds. Tommy James was 3 for 9 from the field. He had 4 rebounds. Brad Compton was 3 for 6 from the field with 5 rebounds. Chad Hall had 1 rebound. And Randy Boyd was 0 for 3 from the field with 1 rebound. Vic Cotton 0 for 1 from the field, and he had 1 rebound. For a team total, they took 30 shots. They hit on 9 of those for a team percentage of 30%, and they had a team total of 19 rebounds. So the rebound edge goes to Wheelwright, but the shooting percentage goes to McDowell with 45%, and Wheelwright again shooting 30%.
Well, Petey, I'll tell you what, Johnny Ray Turner's got to be really proud of the way his ball club started the ball game.
Boy, they come out like a team disaster. I thought that the score would be much more than 20 points at halftime. But Wheelwright hung in there. They got their composure there. They come back and they fought back, and then Wheelwright had a little surge there toward the end of the second quarter, which brought them out to a 20-point lead.
Okay, let's take a 1-minute break, and we'll be back at the D.W. Howard Fieldhouse.
Come to the big sale going on now at Tackett Furniture Company in Allen. Everything you need for your home at the lowest prices anywhere. They carry a full line of brass and iron beds, bedroom suites by Bassett, Broyhill, American Drew, and many others, mattresses and springs by Serta, living room suites by Bushline, plus a full line of GE appliances and TVs, and financing is available. It's one of the biggest sales ever, only at Tackett Furniture Company, with 2 locations in Allen.
What if your body came with a maintenance manual? You'd know you've got a lot to gain by working out, and a lot to lose. Like water. When you put it back, make it Culligan triple filtered drinking water. Call Culligan. Just say, hey, Culligan man.
Westfall Enterprise Incorporated, Box 108, Iville, Kentucky. Call 478-9423.
We're getting ready to go with the third quarter of play. Gordon Paradol, what about your thoughts on the first half of basketball?
Well, it was a game of big spurts. The first 2 minutes of the game, and in the last 2 minutes of the half there, McDowell just exploded. They jumped out to a big lead right there early. Wheelwright settled down, came back, scored some points, and then the last 2 minutes, McDowell blitzed them again. Like I said at the start of the game, they're a great offensive basketball team.
We're getting ready to go with a third quarter of basketball. You're watching exciting high school basketball live on WPRG TV 5. This is the first year that it has been telecast on TV. And boy, what a thrill it's been for WPRG. Involvement in the communities, that stands for WPRG. 49-29, if you just joined us, it's been all McDowell Daredevils in the first half of basketball. Every time the Wheelwright would cut it to 10, 11 points, Gordon, boy, McDowell just exploded again.
They just kept coming at them, just like they have all year. They keep coming at you. And when you're a team like Wheelwright at this stage right here, it just has to frustrate you because you just don't know what to do. When they've got 5 guys that can score at any time, where do you make your adjustment at?
Well, I'll tell you, McDowell, Lance Hall just kind of forced one up there. Mark Hall's back out on the floor, so the injury must be okay. His ankle should be okay. Well, nice pass underneath. They lost control, and another turnover by Wheelwright.
That's good to see that Mark has come back.
Boy, Henry Webb with the basketball. He just breaks the press himself. He is so quick. Brings it down, lays it up and in.
That's nice. Coast to coast, I think they call that.
17 points in the ball game for Henry Webb. We just started the third quarter of play. McDowell is on top by 22 points. And back out with the basketball is Martin. He wants to give it back up now. Wheelwright's going to take some time. On the baseline, we have a blocking foul. And that is going to be called on 53, Mark Hall. So Mark has picked up his first, the team's first, of the second half. Boy, they say you can throw all the records out the window when it comes tournament time. But boy, McDowell, they're playing like a team who's won better than 20 games this season.
They certainly are. I think they've got a point to prove. I think they're out looking for a little bit of respect in this tournament, and I'm sure they're going to find it.
Boy, nice give and go there in that time. And I don't think Martin could hit the basket. Boy, excellent pass from Jason Cook. Gave it right back to him. He blew the layup.
Wheelwright having a tough time making the easy ones go. Reminds me of my team sometimes.
Lance Hall has picked up his third, the team's second. Getting back inside on the spin. Nice move again. Martin misses. Boy, scrap for the rebound. Coming out there, I believe Lance Hall, and he was fouled. The foul's going to be on 21. Jason Cook has picked up his second, the team's first.
His second, team first.
I think Johnny Ray Turner wants a timeout. Well, he's going to take a timeout with the score 51-29. McDowell over Wheelwright. Let's take a 30-second break. We'll be back at the D.W. Howard Fieldhouse.
Hall's TV Service Center for VCR repair without the long waiting. Most parts are in stock, and 90% of the VCRs brought in are ready in 1 day. Hall's TV Service Center gives you a 90-day conditional guarantee. They're your authorized service dealer for all major brands of TVs. Stop by or call Ray or Mike at Hall's TV Service Center located at Stanville, near Holly's Beauty Shop and the post office. Check out their ad in the Yellow Pages. For best service in TVs and VCRs, call 478-9300.
The cheerleaders now, Wheelwright out on the floor. We were sitting here talking during the break. Once you make the region tournament, the 8 teams that get there, Gordon, it's going to be a toss-up. Either one of the 8 teams can go.
You know, any one of the 8 teams that's going to walk in there, they're going to have a legitimate shot to go to the state tournament. And it's just going to be a good year for somebody. I was telling our kids the other day, I said, this is maybe the greatest opportunity you ever have to participate in the state tournament. I said,
That's
don't
right.
sell yourself short. You know, something magical is going to happen to one of these teams that are still in it right now. And I said, you know, why can't it be you?
They're going to call the foul this time on Vic Cotton. He has picked up his fourth, the team's second. You know what it is? It's kind of scary. All of a sudden you look up and any one of 8 teams can go. There's no clear-cut winner this time.
There's definitely not, and it's really great for high school basketball.
Boy, this tournament's really going to start heating up tomorrow night. We have 2 big games on tap for you. And then Saturday evening, starting at 6 o'clock, I'm going to come on a half an hour early before the big championship ball games start. And what an exciting championship night it should be Saturday night. On the rebound that time, high on the boards, was Steve Cole. I think Steve Cole's really going to have to get involved in some of the offense to get them going.
He's going to have to get to the boards a little bit more, use his strength inside.
Oh, nice pass.
About like what we're seeing there.
And now we just mentioned Steve Cole, and he breaks under for the pass and lays it in. Good pass that time by Jason Cook over to Steve Cole. Henry Webb with the basketball, lobs inside for Lenny Hall, out of bounds. They say it goes off of Lenny Hall. Boy, Johnny Ray Turner says no. What's going on here, Paul May?
Steve Cole was crashing pretty hard that time. May have seen another bad call there. If referees make those, I don't really think they make them though.
6 minutes to go in the third quarter play. It's been all Daredevil so far tonight. They're on top, 51-31. Lob. Jason lays it off the board. He got it. Jason Cook.
Wheelwright began to make a few of those easy ones now.
51-33. Well, Henry Webb almost stepped in with it when he passed the basketball. Webb is just so quick. He breaks the press himself, takes it all the way down. We have a blocking foul. And that's going to be on Jason Cook. He has picked up his third, the team's third.
On Jason Cook. That's his third, team's third.
Well, Webb does so many things. He brings it down so quick. He's got the spin. He and Slater fight, well, about the 2 best I've seen this year, taking it down on dead run on the spin.
Those are our 2 excellent players, Slater from Pikeville and also Webb here from McDowell. They do so many great things for these basketball teams. They've got that point guard head on. They know when to slow it down. They know when to speed it up. And they're always looking for somebody else to give it to.
Boy, Mark Hall, the young sophomore at McDowell, grabbed the offensive rebound and put it in. They give the ball to Mark Hall. He brings it across the timeline, wants to work the right-hand side on the move. Got to give it up Henry Webb. Bounce pass underneath, and I believe Lenny Hall lost the handle on it. Coming out of there with it for Wheelwright, Jason Cook. They're going to get the ball back to Tommy Jones. Jones, right-hand side, still working off the baseline. Has it blocked. Boy, Lenny Hall went high in the air to block the shot, saved it from going out of bounds. Here goes Henry Webb in the lane, lays it up too short, won't go. And now we have another foul, and I believe that's going to go against Wheelwright. It looks like on number 35 of Wheelwright. That could be Craig Martin. That is his 4th.
Fouls on Craig Martin. That's his 4th personal.
I believe for Wheelwright, Gordon Peridot, that it's really becoming frustration time now. A lot of those fouls are just really uncalled for.
They're kind of panicking right now, just a little bit, reaching in and some lazy type of fouls along that. They're getting frustrated. They miss some easy shots inside, and you know, it's just easy for a young ball club sometimes to get frustrated like that.
Dickie Joe Shannon gives the ball back outside to Henry Webb. Bob's inside, back to Webb. Webb into the blue, stop, fakes, he is hammered. And I believe that's all for Vic Cotton. I believe he has fouled out of the ball game if it's on 0-0. 0-0. I have him for 5, and that's already 5 team fouls, and we've played only, what, 3 minutes and 24 seconds of the third quarter?
Picking up the fouls rather quick right now.
So Vic Cotton has fouled out of the ball game. He did not score. Henry Webb is on the line. He'll shoot a pair. Henry Webb 6 of 6 from the foul line. He has 1 3-pointer and 3 field goals, or 4 field goals, for a total of 17 points in the ball game.
Sometimes you don't even notice he's even there. He does things, and just the typical observer probably wouldn't even notice Henry having 17 points. He does things so quietly and patiently. Just does the little bitty things to get things done. I don't know how many assists he has with that, but I'm sure he's got a handful of them.
He misses his first free throw just as we said all those nice things about him. Well, I know that principal, Mr. Frazier, is really pleased with the student brought in his team at McDowell this year.
Well, that's what high school basketball is all about. You know, the team doesn't belong to these 15, 16 individuals sitting on the bench. The team belongs to everybody in that community. And it's great to see the community realize that and get out and support them. And you know, it's just a fine example that the McDowell fans are showing for their basketball team. And it's what every school should do. You should get out there and support them. Even if they're not a winning team, they still need your support. They're a part of you, you're a part of them, and you need to get out there and help them out.
Your whole community revolves around your school system. Well, I'll tell you what, Jason Cook has turned it over for Wheelwright. While we have a little bit of a time here, let me take this time to thank the principal of Betsy Lane High School, Gene Davis, and his very fine staff for all the cooperation, all the kindness they've shown us. They've made our job easier here doing these basketball games. Boy, Lenny Hall puts it back up and in. 15 points for Lenny Hall.
These kids that we're talking about are not only fine athletes, but most of these kids are great students and are even greater individuals. You know, that's a great compliment to any school system. These kids get out here and they represent your community. You can tell they've been taught well. You know, they conduct themselves well on the basketball court. You know, I think as a parent or a principal or just any administrator in school, you know, they would be so proud of just the way their kids act. And I think the kids of Floyd County do a good a job of representing their school system as anybody I've ever seen.
Boyd puts it up and he is hammered. I believe Dickie Joe Shannon's going to be whistled for the foul on that one. That is Dickie Joe Shannon's first foul, the team's fourth. PD, you haven't had a chance to say very much in this basketball game. I know you've done a lot of right. McDowell's kept you awful busy in the first half.
Keeping my eyes on the paper mostly.
Boyd, the sophomore Wheelwright hits. He has 3 points now in the basketball game. 56-34. Junior Newsom and I will have all the boys action tomorrow night. Troy Coyle and myself and P.D. Gearhart will have the girls game. Of course, P.D. will be joining Junior and myself on the boys. And the big championship game on Saturday night, Dan Hall will be along to lend a hand. Quickly, top of the key, into the paint. Henry Webb puts it up and in. Boy, I'm telling you, 20 points in the ball game for Henry Webb. It is 58-35. 3:45 to go in the third quarter of play. Lob underneath, Jason Cook banks it up and in. 6 points now for Jason Cook. 58-37. McDowell's just turned it over one of the very few times.
Game may be getting just a little bit sloppy. Sometimes when you get a lead like this, you lose your concentration a little bit. You know, we saw Henry Webb miss a free throw a while ago. If it had been a crucial situation, he probably made that free throw.
Henry Webb is going to be whistled for the foul this time. That is his third and the team's fifth. So from here on in, both teams will be in the bonus. 3:19 to go in the third quarter of play.
Fouls on Henry Webb. That's his third personal foul.
I'd also like to take this time to thank our very fine staff at WPRG for doing such a great job and allowing us to really bring you some exciting high school basketball. That's our engineering department. Of course, the girls back at the station, Kathy and Nancy, and our cameramen, Kenny and John. It makes our job a little bit easier. I should say a whole lot easier.
It makes no difference what type of business you're in, whether it's coaching or broadcasting. There's always somebody behind the scenes that makes things go.
So Martin hits both of them. He has 7 points in the basketball game now. It is a 58-39, 3:19 to go. Dickie Joe Shannon with the basketball. Quickly to Henry Webb. Over to Dickie Joe Shannon, all the way, drives up, plays it up in. Somebody took the goal that time.
I couldn't see who it was, but it was definitely Shaker.
Well, Lenny Hall did a good job showing he has some speed also, catching up from behind and knocking the ball out of bounds.
It's good to see those McDowell kids still hungry. Even though, you know, they've got the big lead right now, they're still not wanting the Wheelwright team to score.
Well, Jason Cook did a good job getting them up in the air. He just couldn't get it to go. The ball bangs around. Martin puts it up. He can't get it to go. It's tipped up. And now we have a foul. That's going to be, I believe, on Steve Cole. He's picked up his second. 2:55 to go in the third quarter of play. And walking to the line, I believe Dickie Joe Shannon's going to be on the line for McDowell. Dickie Joe has 9 points in the basketball game. He is 4 of 5 from the foul line, 1 3-pointer and 1 field goal. shot is on the way. It's good. He is in double figures also now for McDowell. Second one is on the way. It's good. McDowell got some pressure on now. Boyd brings it across the timeline, gives it up. Tommy Jones tries to take it inside. It goes off Lance Hall and out of bounds. Even with a 60-39 lead and 2:46 to go in the third quarter, I don't think anybody's left yet.
It still seems like a pretty good crowd here right now. I don't know how much longer they're going to stay with them. They're just waiting for this Wheelwright team, I think, to try to make one good last run at the bunch.
Craig Martin has 9 points in the basketball game. Wheelwright putting a lot of pressure on. They get it up to Dickie Joe Shannon. Shannon, give it back to Henry Webb. Over to Shannon. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go. McDowell's wants to play with the basketball out near midcourt. Shannon, give it up to Henry Webb. I think they want Wheelwright to come out man-to-man.
I think that's what they're looking for, and probably also Coach Turner is probably getting a little bit of practice in here right now, working on his delay game a little bit while he's still got his starters in here. Let them be familiar with this in a game situation. Probably just an excellent coaching move right here.
Henry Webb takes it in, hits. He has 22 points in the ball game. It is a 62-41 basketball game with 1:53 to go in the third quarter of play.
You know, you still want this to be a learning experience for your team, whether, you know, you're up by the 21 or you're down by the 21. Try to get something positive just to keep coming out of it. Coach Turner still wants the intensity out of his players while he has them in there. And then, you know, he went to the little semi-delay game there at that time, and I'm sure just so his team would have a little bit of tournament experience running that offense.
Lenny Hall has the basketball knocked out of bounds. I think Lenny thought he was kind of hammered on that play. Bodies went flying on the floor as Craig Martin gets up for Wheelwright. Mark Hall to inbound underneath the wrong basket. 1:26 remaining, third quarter play. They lob it in. Lance Hall in the turnaround, banks it up, nothing there. Scrap for the rebound, and I believe Craig Martin. He goes out of bounds, so Wheelwright's going to keep the basketball. Steve Cole inbounds now to Tommy Jones. Jones going to take some time, walk it down. Give it back over to Steve Cole. Tommy Jones to Cole. They're playing cat and mouse. They almost throw it away. Tommy Jones runs it down, saves it, gets it over to Boyd. Gets it back outside. Jones behind the back pass to Steve Cole. Lays it up and in.
May have got away with just 3 seconds in there somewhere.
62-43. We're down to about 51 seconds. Mark Hall throws it high. And stolen away by Boyd of Wheelwright. Lance Hall couldn't hang on to it. Steve Cole wants to get the ball up now to Tommy Jones. Jones from the outside looking around. Gets it over to Boyd, top of the key to Cole, into the middle. Martin penetrates, lays it up and in. Martin's had a good ball game, Gordon, off the bench.
Yes, he has, and this Wheelwright ball club is showing a lot of discipline right now. Even though, you know, they're down, they're staying right with their game plan and still trying to get the ball inside. They've missed some easy shots in there, but some of them are starting to fall for them right now.
We're down to 13 seconds. We have a player running for the restroom. I believe he might have got hit in the mouth. So I couldn't tell which one of the players. I see Brad Compton has got off the bench now for Wheelwright.
Returning to the Wheelwright lineup, number 31, Brad Compton.
Still waiting to see. It might have been Craig Martin. Yeah, Martin is coming back out now, running back down to the bench. I don't know if he got hit in the nose. So Martin is he's all right. He comes back out and sits down. 12 seconds remaining in the third quarter play. 62-45 McDowell. They get the ball into Dickie Joe Shannon. Shannon wants to work, picked up by Tommy Jones. Gets it over to Lenny Hall. Lenny on the drive, lays it off the glass a little too hard, can't get it to go. On the rebound, Brad Compton, quick outlet pass to Boyd. Boyd wide open, lays it up. No, he traveled with the basketball. Or they say the horn go off.
We had the buzzer that time.
Oh, so I guess the clock went off before he got it in. So we played 3 quarters of basketball. McDowell's on top, 62-45 over Wheelwright. We'll be back in 1 minute.
We're the Betsy Lanes Men's Club. Now, don't you see, you can come on in and work on your body.
We got squats, blasts, and weights galore. You can shoot a few hoops and tally the scores.
You can run, jump, become a lean machine, and you can ease on in to a room of steam.
We got showers, a whirlpool. Now, don't you see, you can lounge, relax, and watch TV.
So give us a try. Now, what do you say? Come on in and join the Betsy Lanes Men's Club today.
I wish someone would make a TV program book that was easy to read.
There is. Telcom and Intermountain Cable are putting together a brand new TV program book called The Entertainer.
Do you mean that when I see a program listed as Channel 5, I can really find it on 5?
That's right. Telcom is listing them in numerical sequence to coincide with the channels on TV.
Will this be out weekly?
No, it's put out monthly. It's made especially for Telcom and Intermountain customers.
Well, then what are we waiting for? Let's call and subscribe right now.
Getting ready to go with the 4th quarter of play. Gordon Peridot Wheelwright outscored McDowell that time, finally by a score of 16-13 the 3rd quarter. But McDowell's got the big lead on the scoreboard.
And Wheelwright stayed right with their game plan that quarter, and like you said, did outscore them. I'm sure they're going to try to look for something here real quick, something positive, maybe even try the 3-pointer real early. There's a
ball stolen away by Boyd. I think the official got in the way. He had a wide open layup.
If Wheelwright can jump on them early right here and maybe have something going right here, they may get a little run going. This game by no means is over. That 3-point play in high school basketball these days, I know it'll keep Coach Turner sitting on the edge of his seat for a little while.
There's the turnover you're talking about. The ball goes right between Lenny Hall's hands and out of bounds. So Johnny Ray Turner's up clapping his hands, and he is so, I'll tell you what, he's so into the game. He's wanting his team to continue to play well, not get a little bit sloppy because they have the big lead. Boyd from 3 won't go. Dickie Joe Shannon on the rebound. Here come the Daredevils back the other way. Shannon's going to run the ball club. Stops, pulls up from 14 feet, right it down. 13 points down the ball game for Dickie Joe Shannon. And McDowell moves back out by 19, 64-45. 7 minutes, 12 seconds remaining in this ball game. Be sure to join us tomorrow night live. We'll be on the air at 6:20 with the girls' game. Oh, I think they're going to call the foul. The foul overrules the travel underneath.
You can tell I do a little bit of refereeing on the bench. I mean, just as soon as I see it, I holler out, walk there. That sounds like the way I coach my team. I guess I like to referee just a little bit while I'm coaching.
Keith Shelton's going to come into the lineup now for McDowell. So Craig Martin's going to be back on the line for Wheelwright.
Coach Jones still up coaching his players here. He knows he's got a young ball club. He's still in a learning experience with them. You know, he's trying to keep their heads in the ball game and keep them going and playing hard.
64-46 now. 7:05 remaining in the ball game. This one won't go. On the rebound was Mark Hall for McDowell. Gives it over to Lenny Hall, looking for help, stolen away. And then into the hands and laying it up and in was Steve Cole. Gives Steve Cole 10 points in the ball game. Henry Webb with the basketball. Webb on the move. Oh, he might have traveled with it. Got away with it. Lenny Hall lays it up. Oh, they say goaltending against Charlie Martin. I believe they're going to count it. Count it. They say count it. Well, I've always wondered, Gordon, what it feels like to play above the rim.
I wouldn't know, so you're asking the wrong person here. Every once in a while, I get on the ladder and change the nets down at school, and I can kind of get a different view of it, but that's the closest I've ever been to it.
Lenny Hall's had a good basketball game. Lenny now with 18 points in the ball game. McDowell back to 19, 67-48. Stolen away by Shannon. Webb on the run out, lays it up, missed the easy gimme, tips it up, missed it also. Bobby Henry Webb won't miss many of those. Charlie Martin with the basketball. He loses. Shelton, we have a wrestling match on the floor with it. They say travel with the basketball. I got to disagree with that call, Gordon. I don't think either player had possession of the basketball.
I don't think they had possession. Nobody gained any advantage at what happened, which is the primarily thing you're supposed to be looking for on a walk, and none of those things happened. I thought it was just a good hustle play.
Dickie Joe Shannon from 3 won't go, tipped out of bounds. It's going to go over to Wheelwright. Well, you can almost sense the crowd is really quieting down now for McDowell. They're sensing victory here.
I think they're thinking about on to other things. I don't think they're really concerned really with even who they're going to play on Saturday night. They're more concerned with what's going to happen next week. They'll get the buses fired up, probably bring all kinds of people out to the regional tournament coming up next week.
Well, we look for this place to be really packed tomorrow night and Saturday night for the semifinal and the final game. The shot is on the way, rolls around, won't go. Going up and in, that time was Craig Martin.
Martin showing a lot of hustle right now.
14 points it's coming off the bench for Craig Martin. Lenny Hall on the other end, lays it up and in, and he is fouled.
But as we've said earlier in the game, every time Wheelwright makes a run, McDowell just seems to be there to answer it.
20 points now in the ball game for Lenny Hall. He'll be going after point number 21. What a fine basketball game he's had tonight. I think you might see, I thought Johnny may go ahead and go to some substitutes early, but it looks like he's going to give his players a little more time. 70-50, 20-point lead, 5 minutes and 42 seconds remaining. Jones on the drive, stop, puts it up, won't go, tipped around. Dickie Joe Shannon has the rebound. He is fouled, and he's fouled by Tommy Jones, who has picked up his second foul.
I know, Coach Turner, you talked about the substituting there. I know when we played Wheelwright the last time, we had a 20-point lead on them late in the ball game, such as this. But at the time, Tommy Jones had hit like 3 straight three-pointers. And so I'm sitting on the edge of my seat. You know, is it time to go? Is it time to go? Because you don't want to completely lose your intensity and have to put your starters back in the ball game. And if there's any disadvantage to what the three-point goal has done for high school basketball, it's probably that. It's probably kept a lot of substitutes from getting into games till a little bit later.
Martin has hit. Let's see if Lenny Hall, they're going to call him on the block. Let's see if they count the basket. Count it. Okay. Craig Martin.
Goal was good by Craig Martin.
Of Lenny Hall, his third foul.
Fouls on Lenny Hall, his third personal foul.
17 points I have in the ball game for Craig Martin. What a not good ball game he's had. Make it 18.
Beat the press that time. And the foul.
17 in the ball game now for Craig Martin.
And just picks up the foul. Seems like he's everywhere.
He is fouled out. He's going to have to leave the basketball game.
Fouls on Craig Martin. That's his 5th personal foul.
17 points. Boy, when you got a sub and come off the bench, get you 17 points and played the way that Craig Martin has, you got to be happy.
That was just an outstanding game by him, and he showed a lot of hustle. Most of his points that he got, he worked for them. I know that young man's probably looking forward to next year.
Oh, he's only a junior. He's got another year to go. So Lenny Hall's going to be on the line now. Brad Compton coming back into the lineup for Wheelwright. 23 in the ball game for Lenny Hall. 22 in the ball game for Henry Webb. Lenny Hall hits 24 points in the ball game. And now we have a 73-53 game. 5 minutes and 22 seconds remaining in tonight's contest. Jones for 3. Can't get it to go on the rebound. Webb. Well, I thought Webb did the smart thing. He looked down court and he started to take off. And then he decided to hold it up. Let's eat off a little bit of the time. On the move. Takes it baseline. Bad shot that time by Webb. Steve Cole has the rebound now for Wheelwright. Lob inside, they throw it away. Mark Hall has the steal for McDowell gives it up Dickie Joe Shannon. Shannon penetrates around, and we have a foul, Tommy Jones. He has picked up his third. That'll put Dickie Joe Shannon on the line. Dickie Joe hit 6 free throws in a row before missing one. He'll have another chance.
McDowell taking their time just a little bit more. They're pulling it out just a little bit, trying to take a little bit of time off the clock. I think Coach Turner, I don't think he's trying to run up the score. I just think he wants to get that time off the clock right now so he can't get these.
For the basketball, Steve Cole. Cole gets it over Tommy Jones. He lets it go from 3-point range. Can't get it to go. Has his own rebound. Puts it back up. Still can't get it to go. Scrapping for the rebound. And coming out, Steve Cole has it not blocked that time by Keith Shelton. Shelton on the block. Get it down underneath. That time, Jason Cook couldn't get it to go. He goes out of bounds.
Wheelwright really frustrated. They just can't seem to get the ball to go into the basket. They keep plugging away, and miss yet another easy one underneath, and then draw the foul. Just a frustrating night here for Wheelwright.
So Cook has picked up his fourth, and Lenny Hall is going to go to the line now for McDowell. Lenny Hall will be on the line, and he'll have the bonus. He hits on the first one. He'll have one more try. Well, Lenny Hall's had a super basketball game.
He certainly has. He's got
26 points.
He's got his district playoff and the tournament playoff to a great start.
So Steve Cole comes back, hits on the other end. He'll have a chance now. Lenny Hall picks up the foul. It's his fourth.
McDowell just so explosive from every position. You know, if you're a coach coming in and you're scouting this team, you're looking, you say, well, I've got to stop this Lenny Hall. You know, he just done this, he done this against Wheelwright. You may come back the next game and Dickie Joe Shannon is as capable of getting 26, 30, 35 in a ball game as anybody is in this region. It's just tough to find out how you're going to defense these guys.
So McDowell turns it over. 77-56, 3:51 remaining in the ball game. Steve Cole on the move. They say he travels with a basketball. I don't think Monroe Jones quite agrees with that call that time.
I think Coach Jones a little frustrated also, and then the calls just seem to mean just a little bit more when you get this way in a ball game.
Shannon with a basketball. Get it over to Henry Webb. Takes it in, lays it up and in. Well, Webb, that's his first 2 points in the fourth quarter. But he has 24 on the evening. 79-56. McDowell is going to advance into the championship game on Saturday night, and they'll take on the winner of tomorrow night's contest between Betsy Lane and Prestonsburg.
I know the people in McDowell have been waiting a long time to know that they're back into the regional tournament. Although somehow I don't think this team is just going to be satisfied with being into the region. They're a hard-working group of kids. They've got excellent coaching. They've got great attitudes. They know how to play the game of basketball.
Well, Henry Webb just comes down and hits again.
I think he must have heard you when you said that was his first two. He didn't want that one to get lonesome standing there.
26 in the ball game now for Webb. Lenny Hall on the rebound. Then he looking for help, double teamed. It goes off his foot and out of bounds, but they're going to say it goes off of Jason Cook. He disagrees with the call. He let the official know it, and he was right. It went off Lenny Hall's foot and out of bounds. Wheel Robert's going to take a timeout with 2 minutes and 42 seconds to go. It's 81-58 in favor of McDowell. Let's take a 1-minute break and we'll be back at the D.W. Howard Fieldhouse.
John C. Hall and his very fine staff at Hall Funeral Home in Martin would like to take this time to wish all the local high schools in the area their very best wishes for the remainder of the basketball season. Remember, Hall Funeral Home serving our community and backing our youth for a better tomorrow. Good luck to all the local high schools from the staff at Hall Funeral Home in Martin.
Moore's Quick Stop. Stop at Moore's Quick Stop when you need to stop for gas, diesel, or you're just plain hungry. Make a quick stop at Moore's Quick Stop, located on Route 80 just outside of Martin. Moore's Quick Stop is open 24 hours a day for your convenience. Moore's has the only truck, diesel, in Floyd County. Stop in and try their delicious deli. Moore's Quick Stop has diesel for cars and trucks. That's Moore's Quick Stop, located just outside of Martin. Call 285-3027. It's not just a little store, it's a whole lot more. Moore's Quick Stop.
McDowell now to inbounds. Wheelwright's going to put some full court pressure on. No problem. Get the ball to Lenny Hall. Give it right back to Webb. That's the way you break that press. Gives it over to Dickie Joe Shannon. Almost stolen away. Scrap for the basketball. And coming up, Brad Compton to Wheelwright. So he worked that time. Oh, Tommy Jones is fouled. I believe Mark Hall might have fouled him from behind.
You've got to admire this Wheelwright bunch. They're not giving up. They're still right here at the full court pressure. They're trying to make things happen. That's a credit to their coaching. That's a credit to those kids. Their desire and determination right now. They know that they've lost this ball game, but still, you know, they want to go out there and finish up with a good showing.
Tommy Jones' shot is on the way too hard. He'll have one more try. Tommy Jones has 10 points in the basketball game tonight. We're down to 2:25 remaining. And now the fans begin to leave. This one is up and in. Oh, little showtime behind the back.
Right here.
Good pass by Dickie Joe Shannon. Coming into the ball game, Jesse Osborne's going to check in now for McDowell. Mark Hall is going to come out. Johnny Ray Turney goes over to shake hands with Mark. Mark finishes the basketball game with 8 points. Jesse Osborne on the line. He's going to shoot a pair.
We were talking earlier about the unselfishness of the McDowell Daredevils. And you can see right here late in the ball game when it would be a time to boost your scoring average, and then you see a play like, you know, where Dickie Joe Shannon comes in and he's going to put a little flair into it, but he's still willing to pass the ball off. And, you know, you make a lot of friends, and this is what makes your teams. In games like this right here, you've got the game won, the score's out of reach. You could pad your score if you want to, but those guys are friends with each other, and they're out to help each other out.
Rose into the ball game for McDowell. Brent Rose into the lineup. Dickie Joe Shannon on the move. Henry Webb wants the basketball back out towards midcourt. John Meade off the bench now for McDowell. Dickie Joe Shannon into the paint, puts it up and in. 84-59, a minute 52 to go. 17 now for Dickie Joe Shannon.
Wheelwright still can't seem to get to that short jump in the fall.
Steve Cole hits on. That's Steve Cole for 15 points in the basketball game.
He's done that rather quietly also.
So Brent Rose hits on his first attempt. What's going to be interesting just to see how well McDowell did. Shooting-wise, percentage-wise, team-wise. We have a blocking foul on Steve Cole.
It has to be an excellent shooting night. They got a majority of their points on fast break and Wheelwright turnover, so I would say, you know, their shooting percentage would have to be in the 60%, if not higher.
Minute 15 remaining. It is 86-61 in favor of McDowell. Shelton comes out of the lineup. So Dickie Joe Shannon will be on the line. He'll get the bonus. Brent Rose on the turnaround, can't get it to go. Scrap for the rebound. Oh, nice pass inside. Landed up and in that time.
Another good pass.
Sparkman hits on a field goal. And it is an 88-61 ball game. From three-point range, we have a foul right back on the other end on Sparkman.
Fouls on Sparkman. That's his first personal foul.
Well, Lenny Hall and Henry Webb in the ball game with 26 points apiece. Not a bad night's work.
Two outstanding performances right there. You know, rarely ever do you see in high school basketball where you'll have two players on the same team have that kind of performance. So that's just an excellent job of both those young men.
Yeah, high fives all around now for McDowell. Let's take a 30-second break and we'll be back.
I use Elliott's often, and when I do, I'm more than pleased. I just found out recently what all the Elliott companies can do. Now, when I need something done, I call on Elliott's.
The Elliott Companies, where excellence is a way of work.
Glass? Do it all, from windshields and doors to mirrors and furniture. Parts and supplies, we sell wholesale to everyone. Need a master carpenter? I'm the best, and I work for Elliott's.
Every time you need work done, call the Elliott Companies.
Jones's first shot is on the way. It's right there. 12 points now in the ball game for Jones. He'll have one more try. 88-62, 56 seconds remaining. This one is up and in. Give him 13 on the night.
Crowd's starting to clear out just a little bit, but if you look here in this McDowell section, I don't think there's been anybody there that's moved yet.
And with the basketball is Jesse Osborne. He gets it up. Bush Parkman gets it over. Brent Rose fakes, goes up with it, can't get it to go. He's going to be on the free throw line. Brent, who has 2 points in the basketball game, will have one more chance. 41 seconds remaining. It has been all Wheelwright. Steve Cole has fouled out of the ball game. He fouls out with 15 points. Good basketball game for Steve Cole. Wheelwright, I believe, is going to get McKenzie back in the lineup. So Brent Rose will be on the line now.
You don't think there'll be a lot of smiles at McDowell High School tomorrow, do you?
Oh, they'll be walking the halls with ease at McDowell tomorrow. Brent missed on his first attempt. He'll have one more try.
They'll probably have to open the doors down there to keep the walls from busting out. And well deserved, too.
You can bet there'll be a big crowd here on Saturday night. Brent Rose misses on both attempts. Coming down the rebound was Jason Cook. Tommy Jones on the move. Jones lets it go from three-point range, can't get it to go. McKenzie on the floor. We have a tie-up there between McKenzie and John Meade. And the basketball will stay in the hands of Wheelwright. 31 seconds. We're half a minute away from completing this ball game. They go over the lob. Beautiful that time.
Nice play.
And Jason Cook hits. Jason Cook has 10 points in the basketball game now. Turnover. Still trying to trace it down. Was McKenzie? No, they say travel with the basketball. 12 seconds. 12 seconds. Both coaches standing. And on the move, Sparkman lays it in. Yes, count it, and he is fouled. So now, Sparkman 4 points in the ball game.
Get much time off the clock that time. I think our clock keeper fell asleep on that one.
2 seconds went off.
Well, we had the 2 seconds ran off after the foul was committed, so I think our scorekeeper kind of fell asleep down there.
Sparkman on the free throw line. He hits. He has 5 points in the ball game. McDowell with 8 different people scoring the basketball game, and that's going to do it. McDowell is going to win it. It is all over. McDowell wins 91-65. I'd like to take this time to thank Gordon Paradol for setting in tonight. Gordon, it was nice working with you tonight.
I really enjoyed it. It was a fine basketball game here, although the score was kind of a blowout, I guess, at the end. But the Wheelwright players, they kept playing hard. They represented their school well. McDowell, just a powerful offensive ball club, and they showed it tonight. They're going to be somebody to tangle with in this region.
Good luck tomorrow night against Betsy Lane.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure working with you. Let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back at the D.W. Howard Fieldhouse with a final wrap-up on the night's basketball game.
Come to the biggest home builder show ever in the mountains at Kentucky Power Company lot north of Pikeville on US 23. 1 p.m. Friday, April 22nd through 6 p.m. Sunday the
And now for the boys, Freddie McCoy of Prestonsburg.
What do they do on this? Each person that's been nominated gets a plaque, and then the winner gets a bigger
trophy. Right.
From Betsy Lane High School, Durand Newsom.
Durand Newsom of Betsy Lane High School.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's rather ironic, but it had to happen sooner or later. This year, for the first year, this is our 4th year at presenting this award. For the first time in 4 years, we have a tie for the player of the year.
I think that's going to be Webb and Dickie Joe Shannon.
And I suppose it's rather poetic that these two young men should tie. Ladies and gentlemen, the 1988 Ford County Player of the Year, Mary Kay Helm Memorial Award for Dickie Joe Shannon.
That is it. Dickie Joe Shannon and Andrew Webb. From McDowell.
Two from the same team to tie for Player of the Year.
Well, we have a standing ovation now on this side by the McDowell fans showing their support throughout the year for the two players.
I guess that sort of goes along with what I've been telling you, when we talk about McDowell, that as a tandem, you can't beat them, but probably somewhere in the region there may be an individual that's better, but as a group, two guards together, they're the best.
Well, I tell you, they're as good as I've seen this year throughout the 15th region. We're getting ready. The stage is set for the 1988 District 58 Championship game. Live from the D.W. Howard Fieldhouse. Getting ready to come out on the floor. I see Betsy Lane across the way. McDowell just below us. We're going to keep it right here, Dave. And I want to hear all the thunder when these two teams hit the floor.
It'll be rather difficult to talk.
I'll tell you, I figure this ball game, we're going to have to stand up most of the night to announce this game. People will be standing all night long. McDowell cheerleaders already up, the student body up, just beneath us on the right-hand side. Heard a phone ring, it must be down the other end on the radio. And now you can see the McDowell cheerleaders on your screen going towards the end zone to lead their players out onto the floor. Betsy Lane cheerleaders already out on the floor underneath their basket. And it looks like Betsy Lane will come out first. They'll be the visiting ball club. We're waiting for pandemonium to break loose when these two teams hit the floor. A lot of excitement.
Or something to that effect.
The Betsy Lane cheerleaders down on the floor now, getting ready to lead the Bobcat team out on the floor. Dave Turner, we're going to let you set the stage now for the McDowell Daredevils to make their entrance out on the floor.
Okay, we got cheerleaders getting right. I guess they'll probably have to wait till the school song is finished by Betsy Lane. It's always difficult to be the second one out in a championship game. As a coach, I always so they could warm up. And I know John wants them out. Right now he's a little nervous. And I have at times just told the boys to go on out because you can't wait all night.
I bet the cheerleaders don't like that.
They don't like that. No, they don't. But we've got the cheerleaders, and here we go. They're giving their introduction. Daredevils have a very nice-looking mascot. Although it probably isn't a real daredevil. The daredevil to me is like Evel Knievel, but that's got a devil head, but it's really nice. It's a very nice-looking uniform, and I think they have a flag there. Yeah, they got carrying some kind of flag. And tension mounts. Exactly right. And Johnny Ray has two very knowledgeable boys there helping him. Glenn, also my nephew, and Barry, a very good friend to our family and actually in our family, so they're a close-knit bunch.
Well, there you have it, the Mitzi Lane Bobcats and the Daredevils, I better say, square off for the championship at live at the DW Hyatt Fieldhouse. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Reason number one for buying your home from Hilton Homes is value. The one way to do this is by stretching your heating dollars with the add-on heat pump for which their homes are adaptable. No one will sell you more home for your hard-earned dollars than the folks at Hilton Homes in Ivel. They have a good selection of the best-built homes in the business and enjoy the saving advantage of the modern solution to winter, the electric heat pump. Shop and compare. For price and quality, you'll agree that Hilton Homes in Ivel is the best place to buy.
I use Elliott's often, and when I do, I'm more than pleased. I just found out recently what all the Elliott companies can do. Now, when I need something done, I call on Elliott's.
The Elliott Companies, where excellence is a way of work.
Glass? We can do it all, from windshields and doors to mirrors and furniture. Parts and supplies? We sell wholesale to everyone. Need a master carpenter? I'm the best, and I work for Elliott's.
Every time you need work done, call the Elliott Companies.
Come to the biggest home builder show ever in the mountains at Kentucky Power Company lot north of Pikeville on US 23. 1 p.m. Friday, April 22nd through 6 p.m. Sunday the 24th. Sponsored by the Home Builders Association of Eastern Kentucky. More than 50 display booths to look through and compare. Gather building and remodeling ideas. See new products and learn how they're used. 5 door prizes and prizes at the booth. Call 432-1461 for more information and details on registration.
Harold Telephone Company. State-of-the-art switching offers subscribers custom services such as push-button dialing, a faster and more reliable way to dial. With call waiting, you'll never miss those important calls. Call forwarding allows you to forward a call to another location. With short or long speed dialing, you can program your phone to automatically dial frequently called numbers at a touch of a button. Add a third party to an existing conversation with three-way conference calling. Harold Telephone Company, keeping the lines of communications open.
We're back at the DW Hyatt Fieldhouse as both teams are out warming up. The Mitzi Lane Majorettes out at midcourt performing. Well, I'll tell you what, I have not seen a crowd this big at any event with this many people in the DW Hyatt Fieldhouse, Dave. We have a tremendous crowd on hand.
Yes, it certainly is. It's a tribute to, I'll tell you, there may have been a feeling that maybe this televising this live could hurt attendance, but if you're here tonight, you know it didn't. And as a matter of fact, it may have enhanced it a little bit.
I'll tell you, they've been good crowds all throughout the week. Down on as we look down midcourt, Dave, and you've been through this, both as a player and a coach, you see Johnny Ray Turner and Craner Sloan, all the assistants, standing around talking now, and they're trying to be cool, but you know deep down inside there's butterflies,
I tell you what, even if you're best friends coaching against each other, you really don't want to talk to each other right there, but you do anyway.
Well, you can't say good luck.
And there's an awful lot of distrust out there. You know, they don't want to say anything that may tip off some secret or something, and really there's no secrets this time of year anyway, but it's it's kind of a love-hate thing with coaching?
I'll tell you what, I've not seen two student bodies really get into it as much as these two teams have already tonight. They just begin to warm up. We still have almost 15 minutes before the opening tap-off, and I look down, and what amazes me, and you really got to appreciate this, you got to love it. The McDowell fans are so good. They're on their feet the whole time, the old as well as the young, and everybody's clapping, the band's playing. Boy, the stage is set for some basketball game.
Sure is, DJ, and as we get down, we're 14 minutes away from the start of the game, and the closer we get, the more tension you'll be able to feel.
I'll tell you what, if the game lives up to the billing and the fans and the expectations everyone in here, this could be a repeat of what of our first live game we did between Betsy Lane and McDowell. McDowell wins by 1 point, and what a ball game that was. If this is anything near that, we're in for a dandy.
That's right. Well, it could very well be like that. But on the other hand, either one of these teams capable of maybe taking the other one out too, but I don't expect that to happen.
Well, the Majorettes saw McDowell out at mid-floor and out in the mid-court now performing. Both student bodies still on their feet, big crowd. As you look around the end zone, I'll tell you, I see people sitting with their legs hanging over, and then you see them standing 5, 6 deep in the end zones upstairs.
Yeah, and down under the baskets.
Once again, while we have a minute, I'd like to thank the Betsy Lane Fire Department and Chief Edward Clark, along with his assistant, Roger Osborne. Edward Clark, the captain, Bud Rife, the lieutenant, for the fine job they've done in parking cars throughout the tournament. Our hats are off to Lee Bell Rice and her fine staff for the fine food and the hospitality. Also the janitors who I've got a feel for. They've got to stay in here night and day trying to keep this place cleaned up for the following night. Thank goodness, I bet they played it's over tonight.
That's right. BJ, an interesting thing that I might throw in here. 10 years ago, exactly, McDowell won its last district championship 10 years ago. I was coaching, and Junior and I was in the finals, and things kind of have there's a correlation here between this year and that year. McDowell, that year in '78, I was 7-1 in the conference. McDowell this year is 7-1. Betsy Lane beat us 1 point here. Of course, we beat Betsy Lane 1 point here this year. I say we, I can't help saying that. Forgive me. But I can't help that. But McDowell in 1978, when they won the last district championship, defeated Wheelwright in the first game of the district, and they did that this year. And now they're facing Betsy Lane, and I think Betsy Lane traveled the same route in '78 to get to the championship. It's just exactly the same thing over again as 1978.
I know David turned as we talked, and I believe one of your players might have been Steve Newsom at that time. Steve, a 16-year-old senior, and won a basketball where he turned out to be, and he went on to Bible College and play 4 years.
Absolutely. Steve, well, as a matter of fact, the game went into overtime, and we won 61-59, I believe was the score, and Steve hit the basket that tied the game up and put it into overtime, and he hit the basket at the end of the overtime to win.
Okay, and you were telling me then you guys met later on in the finals of the region?
That wasn't that year.
Okay.
Virgie, Virgie had those real strong teams. We were the only team that had beaten Virgie for 2 or 3 years there, and we'd beaten them twice that year, and they beat us in the semifinals of the region. We beat them twice, and then they beat us. Of course, in all honesty, they had the better team, and they took us out in the semifinals. But in 1976, Junior's first year as coach at Betsy Lane, we met in the finals of the regional, and Betsy Lane, Ronnie Clark hit a last-second shot and beat us 1 point. With 1 second on the clock, we were ahead, and then the ball went in and beat us in the finals of the regional. And Betsy Lane went to the state for the first time. That's the first time they'd been there.
Well, Dave, you gotta love it. I'll tell you, all the memories of even playing, coaching, and being associated with basketball, and I know you've got a young son coming up now, Zabal, junior pro, but when you look back on it, boy, there's some fond memories, aren't there?
Absolutely, and I wouldn't trade anything. I'd like to have seen some things different, but I'm still, when I look back on it, I wouldn't trade these experiences. I think they make you a better person, that you can go through them and survive them and everything. And I don't care where you go. You may find bigger programs, bigger schools and everything, but you're not going to find any more exciting basketball than right here in the 58th District Tournament.
I'll tell you, Dave, one thing you would have changed now. If you was a high school player, you'd love to see this three-point line.
Oh, Lord, yes. I'll have to agree on that one. That would have been right down my alley.
Boy, could you imagine a three-point in there when you played? Kelly Coleman and Bob Talent.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
I tell you, we could have added a few points to the totals there, couldn't we?
You sure could. Petey Gearhart, how about some thoughts on tonight's basketball game as you look around the crowd?
Well, I've just been standing here watching both teams warm up. I thought about the other night when McDowell come out in the first quarter, and they probably played as good as any team that I've seen play this year that first quarter. Of course, Wheelwright come back a little bit on them, but not a whole lot. But McDowell, if they could put 4 quarters together like they did that first quarter, I think they would be a contender in the state, because they really look good. Betsy Lane come back out against Prestonburg, and they done something similar to that. They wasn't quite as intense, but they come out and they was real strong in the first quarter. Prestonburg fought back, and Betsy Lane slacked off, and that made for a real good ball game. So McDowell had a virtually an easy game at the end, and Betsy Lane had to fight and scrap for everything that they got in that win over Prestonburg. So I think tonight both teams fired up. It ought to be a dandy.
We're looking down at midcourt now. Todd Sturgill, captain of the Betsy Lane Bobcat team, and he faces Lenny Hall, and I believe that's Lance Hall also down there. The captains meet at midcourt now. We're down just about 8.5 minutes before the opening tip-off of the championship game. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout, and we'll be back live from the D.W. Howard Fieldhouse. Oh, you gotta love it as we're back live at the D.W. Howard Fieldhouse. The McDowell Daredevils out on, I better say the McDowell Major Reds out on the floor performing, not the Daredevils. Both men striking up. What an exciting evening it's building up to be.
BJ, I guess I would probably not be able to go back in the house tonight if I didn't say that one of my children's out there as a majorette tonight. my little daughter Leah is out there.
You're listening to the McDowell High School band playing. The majorettes are out on the floor. And we're down to about 5.5 minutes before the opening tip-off of the championship of the 58th District Tournament. And what a basketball game we should be in store for tonight. Also, you might want to know, if you want to watch your screen throughout the evening, we'll be giving you the results. Candy will be putting them, her and Nancy back in the studio will be running them across the screen. And we'll keep you posted on the Pikeville-Virgie game. David, that should be a good one up there in the 59.
Where is that one played?
That's played at Virgie.
At Virgie. That gives Virgie an edge automatically. You know, they're tough in that Virgie Athletic Center. But Pikeville always plays Virgie tough even when Pikeville's down. So it will be a good ball game.
They're dancing in the streets of Floyd County. What a basketball game. These two fine schools will represent the 58th District in next week's regional tournament held at Pikeville. And the drawing will be tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. We'll be there, but we'll be bringing it back and putting it on the bulletin board, on the Channel 5 bulletin board for you, exactly who drew who and what night they'll play at Pikeville. And the girls will draw tomorrow at 12 o'clock, and that drawing will take place at Belfry. The Belfry girls are out of the tournament. Elkhorn City beat them out.
Is that right? I hadn't heard that.
So,
well, that's a big tree that fell, wasn't it?
Yes, definitely when you got to go down and play on their home court.
Right. Well, let's see now, BJ. Help me out here a little bit. We've got Virgie, Pikeville, McDowell, and Betsy Lane.
You got Johnson Central and Sheldon Clark.
Their district is over.
Right, and then you got Belfry and Phelps playing for the championship, the 60th tonight.
Belfry and Phelps.
Belfry beat Feds Creek out last night.
I think that was 8 teams that was picked to be in the regional. No, with an exception of McGoffin County.
Was picked in there.
Sheldon Clark was going to be the only team that hadn't been picked to be in the region.
Right. Well, I'll tell you, we've talked about it all night long, and we've talked about it for days. When you go to that region tournament, either one of these 8 teams can win. I swear, fellas, it's scary.
It is, yeah. This is everybody has said this along as the season went along, but it's the truth. Anybody in that tournament could go to the state. It's the most balanced that I've seen the 15th region in a long, long time. I can't ever remember it being this way.
Boy, listen to the noise now as the McDowell Daredevils come back out on the floor. I'll tell you, they could have a record crowd at the regional tournament this year because everybody, every neighborhood that's in that regional tournament could be in Louisville come March 16th.
You're absolutely right.
has the Betsy Lane return to the floor. Boy, you gotta love it. It puts chill bumps on you if you're in the stands tonight. We're down to about 2 minutes, 40 seconds to go before we meet the starting lineup for tonight's championship basketball game. We have one more timeout coming up. We better go back and take a 2-minute break. And we'll be back with the starting lineups from the DW Iron Fieldhouse. Our Fieldhouse, and we're getting ready to go to our Fieldhouse announcer, Darrell Newsom, for tonight's starting lineup. As you look down over the crowd, Dave, a lot of waving, a lot of people that we know down in the stands. I'll tell you what, the excitement is here, the noise is here, the crowd is here. We're ready to go with a championship basketball game.
You just can't beat this.
And now let's get ready to go with Darrell Newsom, our Fieldhouse announcer, for tonight's starting lineup. If you've joined us late in the girls' game, Betsy Lane won over Wheelwright, and they had to fight for the lives all through that ball game. They finally pulled it out at the end by a score of 52-47.
Dave, what's the, I know, but I want to hear you tell me, partially know, what is the big thing about winning the district? I know you play a runner-up, but that also give you a little bit of momentum when you go into the tournament off a big win?
Well, the obvious thing is what you said. You get to play a runner-up if you win. But this year, that's not going to be that important as far as that is concerned. What is important is that this game and the atmosphere that surrounds it and being a champion and everything builds you up, and then if you're a runner-up, it sort of lets you down a little bit. But at the same time, maybe not so this year. Yeah. Because, I mean, a runner-up shouldn't feel let down because anybody can win that thing.
It could possibly carry right on through the 15th regional tournament, right on to Louisville, right?
A little bit of momentum.
Yes.
We're still waiting now. As we're getting the floor swept down in the end zone now, both teams are still out in the circle. Both the head coaches standing up. Johnny Ray Turner has his arms folded, standing by the bench, looking down the opposite end of the gymnasium. Brandon Sloan pacing back and forth. Well, you know, they got to be anxious. They want that ball tossed up in the air.
They're not nervous. I remember as a player, you always have a little bit of nervousness before you get out there, but when the action starts, it settles you right down. And really, the fans are the ones that's the hardest on because they're not, they can't get out there and do anything.
Well, I'll tell you what, a 6-man tonight is definitely going to be these fans from both sides. This gymnasium is packed. We're going to have a lot of noise all night long. The only way they're going to quieten this crowd down if one of them falls behind by probably double figures.
We're going to be here till midnight, too.
We're ready to go as Paul May now with a basketball, getting ready to toss it up. Lance Hall, Sam Stewart still waiting to jump things up. And now the pitcher going to come over and tell something to the scorers. They're asking everyone to please don't throw things down on the floor. We're ready to go. The tap is going to be controlled by Betsy Lane. Keith Hall comes up with it. Keith Hall gives it to Barry Hamilton.
We got a whistle.
Now the official timeout already. I didn't see what was going on.
I don't know. We'll have to check it out here. They're going to put the time back on. They're going to put the time back on the clock. Evidently, it was somebody wasn't ready. One of the officials.
This has to be the biggest ball game for all these players that they played in their high school career.
Well, it certainly, I know it is for McDowell. Betsy Lane probably had some that played in it last year, didn't they?
Yes.
So they got a little bit of experience. I know Durand was on the team.
Todd Sturgill and Sam Stewart was on there.
Right.
Sturgill and Durand were the only two starters on that ball club.
But it's now, now is what it's all about.
They're a seasoned veteran, and it even means much more to them this year,
It's basketball, and any sport is, what have you done for me lately? And nobody remembers yesterday.
Yeah, seasoned veteran, a junior and a sophomore we're talking.
Yeah.
All right, now they're going to let the clock tip down 5 seconds up, or 3 seconds. He says one more. All right, 4 seconds go. Now the clock is reset at 7 minutes, 56 seconds to go. We're ready to play basketball.
Well, that's where it stopped. I don't know why they ran it off.
Durand Newsom with the basketball, picked up by Henry Webb. Durand takes his time, gets it over to Barry Hamilton. Down in the corner, Stewart off the baseline, back to Durand Newsom, wide open from 15, right it down.
All right, McDowell opened up in a man-to-man defense, and Betsy Lane had no problem that time. Wide open free throw line jumper by Durand Newsom.
Dickie Shannon gave it up to Hall, right back to Dickie Joe Shannon. Shannon works against Barry Hamilton, gets it over to Mark Hall, right back to Dickie Joe Shannon. Picked up by Barry Hamilton. Shannon on the move, gets it over to Henry Webb. Webb dives in, puts up the short jump shot, got it.
Both teams in a man-to-man, and it's going to be difficult to stop Webb. He's quick.
Henry Webb scores. We're all tied at 2. Betsy Lane brings it down, gives the ball over to Keith Hall. Down in the corner, Durand Newsom. Todd Sturgill off the baseline, goes up with it, has it blocked by Lance Hall. And Lance done a good job that time running the basketball down. Dickie Joe Shannon on the move for the Daredevils. Shannon spins, puts it up and in.
McDowell is pressing in a 3 three-quarter court press and dropping back in a zone now. They started out in a man-to-man, and they went to a three-quarter court press and dropped back into a zone there, BJ, on that second trip down. Lance Hall got up for a big block.
McDowell leads 4-2. Gerald Newsom asking everyone please don't throw ice on the floor. David, I think the fans, if they just realize what a serious injury they could cause some of these kids, they wouldn't do that.
That's right.
They need to think about it before they throw that ice. Barry Hamilton with the basketball, gives it up to Duran Newsom. Now McDowell's going to drop back into the zone. Keith Hall with the basketball. Johnny Ray Turner off the bench. Give it to Todd Sturgill. Bounce pass to Stewart. And on the turnaround, they say no. On the rebound is Mark Hall, the sophomore. McDowell gives it up to Nicky Joe Shannon. Shannon on the run out. Gets it over to Webb. Webb has it knocked by Barry Hamilton, and they say Hamilton has committed a foul.
I'll tell you something I noticed about McDowell the last 3 or 4 games of the season. They started looking for each other real good to make their passes and so forth. They were really looking to get the ball to the open man.
Henry Webb had 5 assists in the first quarter. They played Wheelwright here the other night.
That's not bad. That's 10 points, you know. First free throw went in, DJ.
Webb has 3 points in the ball game. McDowell quickly on top, 5-2. This one is on the way. It's good. 6-2 McDowell. They're going to press now. Full court. Long pass down to Duran Newsom. Duran on the drive. Goes to the running one-hander. Got it. Boy, nice move that time by Duran Newsom on a running one-hander.
That certainly was. That was a college player.
6-4. McDowell leads. Duran Newsom has all 4 points so far for Betsy Lane. Henry Webb has 4 for McDowell. Early. Webb on the spin. Still spinning. Goes up with it. Can't get it to go. Scrap for the rebound. I believe Webb is going to be called for the foul going over the back. Webb has picked up his first, the team's first.
Now, Henry's a real aggressive ball player. He's all the ways around the basketball. He goes after it, no matter where it is.
Duran Newsom with the basketball. Is it up to Barry Hamilton? Sturgill over the short jumper. Got it. Tied at 6.
Sturgill took advantage of a weak spot in that McDowell zone that time. He got right in behind the center and in front of the point man.
Webb with the basketball, hands off to Nicky Joe Shannon. They go to Lenny Hall. Lenny had a big ball game, Dave, the first game with 26 points. Webb on the move, lobs inside to Mark Hall, throws it too high. He couldn't control it. Sam Stewart came up with a loose ball. Duran Newsom will bring things down for Betsy Lane. They'll begin to slow things down now, set things up. Barry Hamilton wants Duran to handle the basketball. We're down to about 5:05 remaining in the first quarter. Sturgill off the baseline, drives in, can't get it to go. Scrap for the rebound. Mark Hall gets it up to Shannon. 3-on-2. McDowell. Shannon picks it all the way down, lays it up and in.
So far, it looks like the McDowell guards have come to play, but so have the Bobcats. You know, it's just going to be a good ball game, BJ. You can just feel it.
8-6 McDowell leads. We've got just a little over 4.5 minutes remaining. First quarter in play. Barry Hamilton lets it go. Can't get it to go. On the rebound is Lenny Hall. We have a foul. I believe they're going to call it against Keith Hall. Betsy Lane. Keith picks up his first, the team's second. Dave and the officials are going to take control early. They have to with this big a crowd on hand.
That's right. They can't let anything get out of hand in a game like this. It's just too important, and tempers will flare in a game like this if you're not careful.
Nicky Joe Shannon walks it across. Bounce pass in, stolen away as Duran Newsom got a hand in there, knocked the basketball loose. Barry Hamilton came up with it. He gives it back to Duran Newsom. And he's going to set the offense for Betsy Lane. Give it over to Barry Hamilton. Sam Stewart out. Mark Hall can't come out to get him. Webb is going to guard Duran Newsom now. Barry Hamilton from 17 can't get it to go. On the rebound is Henry Webb. Webb on the move for the Daredevils. Gives it up to Shannon. Almost walked with it. Don't go up from 15. Got it. Boy, Dave, right there is what you're talking about. They play so well together. They dish off.
And I'll tell you something about Webb. He's probably one of your better rebounders in this district, if not the region, as a guard.
Nicky Joe Shannon has 6 points in the basketball game. As the ball goes out of bounds, it will stay with Betsy Lane. McDowell's on top in the first quarter of play with 3:38 remaining. They lead 10-6. Webb is going to pick up Duran Newsom. Keith Hall penalty by Lenny Hall. They get the ball inside. Sturgill on the turnaround, puts it up into deck, can't get it to go, and Keith Hall has committed, I believe, his second foul. Trainer Sloan gets off the bench quickly for Betsy Lane.
Well, both teams are going to the board aggressively, and there's a little bit of jarring and pushing going on in there.
Betsy Lane with her third team foul already. McDowell's committed but one. 3:23 to go, first quarter play. Webb brings it down, calls out the play. Looks, shoots from three. Won't go. Keith Hall has the rebound. Durand Newsom comes back the other way, sets the Bobcats, gives it up to Barry Hamilton. Now we have a foul, Sam Stewart, for pushing off. And for Sam Stewart, that is his first and the team's fourth.
That's something that you see a lot in college basketball games, that type of foul. That's an away from the ball pick, and that'll happen sometimes, especially in an aggressive atmosphere like we got tonight.
10-6 McDowell leads. Dickie Joe Shannon on the drive, goes around Hamilton, lays it up, can't get it to go. We have a blocking foul, and that's going to be called against Todd Sturgill. Paul May is going to hit Sturgill with a foul. Dave, it was hard for us to tell down underneath the basket. I couldn't see it clearly.
Well, BJ, I didn't even see. I just saw Sturgill fall. I didn't even see what happened, and we couldn't comment on that one way or the other. Too much traffic. But Shannon goes to the line now for 2 shots.
Dickie Joe has 6 points in the basketball game. Riley down for 7. McDowell's guards have all 11 points so far in the ball game. Into the basketball game, number 33 for Betsy Lane will be Glenn Hammonds. He'll replace Barry Hamilton. Shannon will have one more try. It's in and out, won't go. Keith Hall has his second rebound. Gives it up to Durand Newsom, and now Durand is going to take his time, bring it down for the Bobcats. McDowell's on top quickly, 11-6 with 2 minutes, 47 seconds remaining, first quarter of play. You're watching exciting 58th District Tournament live from the D.W. Hired Fieldhouse on TV5. Sam Stewart on the turnaround, banks it up, and in, and they're going to count it.
Well, Sam got a good assist that time from Sturgill. Was that Sturgill that threw in that pass in there? That was a nice pass. Sam posted up on a shorter player there, Shannon on the baseline, and that could give McDowell some problems if they can get the ball in there effectively to Stewart.
Sam with his first free throw try, has shots a little bit hard, it won't go. No.
On the top, they call.
Paul May spotted that, the official on the outside. Boy, Trainer Sloan got up, put his hands on his hip, shaking his head no.
I thought that ball had to go over the backboard, Dave.
Well, if it breaks the plane, they can call it, but a lot of times they don't, simply because they just don't see it.
Markov holds the ball back, saving it. They try to go inside. Durand Newsom plays it up, can't get it to go. Webb, and they say the basketball will belong to Betsy Lane. 2 minutes and 26 seconds to go in the first quarter play. They were going to have to put all 6 eyes.
Yeah, I tell you.
The 3 of us going to have to watch this game closely.
Again, that was hard to pick up. I didn't know what happened there.
Keith Hall gets it back down in the corner to Durand Newsom. They back off of him now. Durand, a good 3-point shooter. Give it over to Glenn. Oh, underneath Sam Stewart. Puts it up, has it partially blocked, gets the rebound, lays it back up, can't get it to go. Hammonds tips it up, gets the rebound, banks it up, can't get it to go. Tipping around, still going after it. The ball is loose on the floor, and coming on there's Mark Hall McDowell on the move. Shannon. Stop, puts it up over Hammonds, got it. Boy, Dickie Joe Shannon is on fire.
I tell you what, everybody was going after that rebound down there. Betsy Lane aggressively, it just wouldn't fall. McDowell got it out to Shannon, and he canned it.
13-8 McDowell leads. They give it up to Durand Newsom. Durand's going to give it back outside Keith Hall with 1:42 remaining first quarter play. Stewart looking inside, nothing going on. Keith Hall wants the basketball, guarded by Henry Webb. They give it over to Sturgill. Inside, Hammonds on the turnaround, puts it up and in. 13-10, 1:25 to go, first quarter play. Webb brings it down, calls out the play. Drives off the baseline against Newsom, puts it up and in.
There's Henry Webb again. I tell you, this Hammonds boy gives Betsy Lane an added dimension offensively.
15 17-10, McDowell leads. Sturgill with a basketball, throws it all the way across court to Durant Newsom. He lets it go from three-point land. Bounces high in the air, bounces around, can't get it. Scrap for the rebound. Keith Hall has it, puts it back up, and he is fouled on the play. Well, Johnny Ray Turner wants to talk to Lance Hall for a moment.
Johnny Ray doesn't like for his players to show displeasure over calls, and of course in a game like this you just can't hardly control it.
I thought they might want to talk to Lance also. I think Lance forgot to block out Keith on that one.
Yeah, that was right in his zone there, right in the middle.
Keith Hall now with 2 shots coming. This one is on the way, it's good. Well, the first quarter, Billy, has lived up to everything we said it would be. Earl Lawson's going to come into the ball game now for Betsy Lane. He'll replace Sam Stewart.
Sam in foul trouble?
No, he has but one.
Well, Lawson's probably the tallest player on the floor now, isn't he?
He is. Keith Hall hits 2 free throws. Cuts the lead now to 3. It's 15-12 McDowell, 57 seconds. Webb on the move. Webb goes right around him. They make a 3-on-1 situation. And Lenny Hall off the baseline. Can't get it to go. Hammonds has the rebound. Well, McDowell really should have took advantage of that. They had a 3-on-1. Webb is so quick, Dave. He can make a lot of things happen.
Yeah, he just zipped right through that press. Of course, Lenny got the ball a little bit deep under the backboard, and he was at a disadvantage.
Hammonds with the basketball, looking for help. Lobs inside Sturgill. On the turnaround against Lance Hall. Puts it up. Lance Hall blocks the basketball. Goes out of bounds. It belongs to McDowell. Well, McDowell's got 2 leapers under there, and Lenny Hall and Lance Hall.
Yeah, they can sky.
Henry Webb calls out the play. 22 seconds remaining, first quarter of play. Webb works against Durant. Newsom kicks it back outside.
McDowell may be going for one.
Markall gives it to Shannon. Loses the handle, gets it back to Markall. Back out to Henry Webb. We're down to 5 seconds. Webb on a running one-hander. Got the roll.
And that's going to do the first quarter.
We played 1 quarter of basketball at the DW Hyatt Fieldhouse. And there that was a McDowell, 17. Betsy Lane, 12. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Moore's Quick Stop. Stop at Moore's Quick Stop when you need to stop for gas.
Back at the DW Hyatt Fieldhouse, and as you look down the floor, and now the cheerleaders of Betsy Lane out on the floor. McDowell leads. If you just joined us, 17-12 at the first quarter. Dave Turner, the guards, Dickie Joe Shannon, and Henry Webb have scored 9 and 8. They've scored all 17 points for McDowell.
The McDowell guards are carrying the load right now. They got all the scoring on their shoulders in that first quarter, and Betsy Lane, on the other hand, had pretty balanced scoring, didn't they? 2, 2, 4, 2, and 2. Everybody got in the act except maybe
Barry Hamilton didn't score. Well, McDowell will have the basketball open up the second quarter of play. Mark Hall, young sophomore, to bring it, throw it inbounds for McDowell. A lot of noise, a lot of people in the DW Hyatt Fieldhouse.
McDowell, BJ, will have to have some scoring underneath the basket. These guards can't keep that up for a whole basketball game.
Dickie Joe Shannon with the basketball. Works against Glenn Hammonds. He wants to get it outside to Lenny Hall. I don't think Lenny's going to shoot from 3-point range. Henry Webb puts it up, running one-hander again, won't go. Hammonds has the rebound for Betsy Lane. Quickly gives it up to Durant Newsom. Hammonds looking for help inside. Sam Stewart back in the ball game now for Betsy Lane. They lob it inside for Sam. Puts it on the floor. Bounce pass back to Hammonds. Comes into the blue. Puts it in. A little too hard. Can't get it to go. Tipped around and coming down with a rebound was Lance Hall. Quickly to Henry Webb. Is it over Shannon from 3-point range? Blocked by Hammonds. Keith Hall throws the length of the floor pass to Hammonds. Lays it up. No. You walk with the basketball. You travel with the basketball.
That was a very, very smart play by Mark Hall. He didn't have really enough time to cut him off, so he just ran across his path, and he caused him to take an extra step.
7 minutes, 10 seconds to go. McDowell still leads 17-12. Henry Webb with the basketball. Stolen away by Durant Newsom. Newsom on the move. Shannon steals it right back away from him. They say no. Durant Newsom turned the basketball over before Dickie Joe got over there.
Yeah, he mishandled that one, BJ. It got loose from him on his left hand.
Osborne is going to come in the lineup. Jesse Osborne's going to come in now for McDowell. Lenny Hall is going to come out of the basketball game.
When you see mistakes like that out of a player, you know, Dickie Joe's made a mistake or two, Henry's made a mistake or two, and Durant, you can tell that there's tension in the air when those players of that caliber makes a mistake. You know,
that first quarter was pretty evenly matched. McDowell hit on 7 of 11, and Betsy Lane 5 of 17. They took more shots than McDowell, but they hit a better percentage, and Betsy Lane had 7 rebounds, and McDowell had 6. So it's pretty evenly matched.
See the score on your screen there. McDowell leads 17-12 with 7:01 to go in the second quarter of play. Neither team yet to score in the second quarter. As Betsy Lane calls a timeout on the floor. The McDowell cheerleaders now forming out on the floor. As you look down the floor on your screen, you can see Betsy Lane closest to you. McDowell still huddled around Johnny Ray Turner.
And let's see. McDowell made a substitution there just before
Jesse Osborne come in.
Jesse has given McDowell some real scoring punch and defensive ability off of the bench there. He's a scrapper, and he really gets after people out there, and he can also rebound real well.
McDowell will bring it left to the court. They operate from our right to left. They get Joe Shannon with the basketball. Shannon on the move. Drives all the way down. Puts up the short jumper. Can't get it to go. Sam Stewart has the rebound. And I believe they're going to say Lance Hall now has committed a foul. And that'll be 2 on Lance and the team's 4.
I believe that was Jesse Osborne.
Yeah, so Jesse Hall. All right.
That's his first team 4.
Now we got a whistle here to stop. We got something on the floor.
Must be ice. I see Johnny Ray Turner down there wiping it off.
We don't need one of these players on the floor to be slipping and falling and getting injured on it.
I don't understand why people would throw ice on a basketball floor. It's beyond me.
Certainly, if they get caught at it, they need to be taken out of here.
I've been mad enough to do it, but I never have. You know, I've never thrown anything like that.
Well, really, the only player you can hurt those 17, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids down there playing on the floor. You can cause one of them really some serious problems. Now, wouldn't it be a shame to see one of these ball clubs lose because one of the better players fell on a piece of ice?
That's right.
Tag number WLB 121. WLB 121.
Hammonds with the basketball, breaks the plane, gets it over to Keith Hall. Keith's looking for help, drives into the blue, stops, puts it up from 14 short, won't go on the rebound, Osborne.
There was Jesse Osborne with a nice play. Just into the game.
Give it over to Mark Hall. Mark lets it go from 16 feet away, won't go. Todd Sturgill has the rebound for Betsy Lane. We played almost 2 minutes and neither team has scored so far.
I was getting ready to say that.
Hammonds with the basketball, looking for a little bit of help now, gets it into Sturgill. Back to Hammonds, on the move, puts it up, got the roll. So Glenn Hammonds now with 4 points in the ball game. It is 17-14 with just about 6 minutes to go before the half. Osborne with the basketball. Jesse lobs inside to Lance Hall. Easy, puts it up and in.
Got a nice assist in there by Osborne into Lance Hall. Some inside scoring for McDowell for a change.
19-14. Stepped out of bounds. Good defense that time by Lance Hall. Does McDowell have any seniors on the floor? Is Lance a senior?
Lance and Lenny. They're seniors.
Okay, Osborne is not a senior?
No.
Okay, also I noticed he has a kid, Shelton kid. Is he a senior?
He's a sophomore.
Johnny Ray's going to have a good team next year. Stewart on the turnaround, got the roll. Sam Stewart now with 4 points in the basketball game. It's 19-16, favor McDowell.
Betsy Lane's getting it inside now on McDowell, so that's something that we'll have to keep our eyes on and see what develops out of that.
Dave, as we look down the floor, you can see Greg Sloan and Johnny Ray Turner both standing up. I don't think neither coach is going to sit much tonight.
No, they're not.
The foul's going to go against Duran Newsom, his first. And that's going to put McDowell on the line for the bonuses. Henry Webb will go to the line.
Of course, this year they took the seatbelt rule back off. I never did coach when they had that. I couldn't have done it. There's no way I could have coached a basketball game and sat down.
I like the coach's box because you can't come in closer to midcourt, but you can walk down towards the end zone.
Right.
Henry Webb lets it go. Got it. Well, Henry, you can tell he's got confidence from that foul line. He's 3 of 3 tonight now. He has 9 points in the basketball game. He has just tied Dickie Joe Shannon for scoring honors so far. Now he's just taking on the 10. We have a whistle down on the floor.
Net. Got the net down.
Sturgill. McDowell's going to put some full court pressure on now. Keith Hall. Looking, gives it back to Sturgill. They get it in the middle of Hammonds. He breaks across the timeline. And now McDowell decides to drop back. Well, they're going to put Webb. They're going to have Webb to go every place Durand Newsom is going now. Now it's pass to Hammonds, looking inside. Cross court, Sturgill wide open from 8. Got him. Sturgill with 4 points in the ball game. And suddenly it is a 21-18 ball game with 4 minutes and 41 seconds remaining in the second quarter play. Henry Webb. Osborne right back to Webb. Webb on the drive. Gives it back to Osborne. Osborne works against Sam Stewart, looking for help. Tipped up by Sam Stewart. Loose ball. Durand Newsom has it. And we have a foul. I believe it's going to go against Mark Hall. For Mark Hall, he has 2 fouls, and that's going to be the 15th foul. Both teams in a bonus now the rest of the way.
Fouls on Mark Hall. That's it.
Dave, on that last pass, sir, from Hammonds to Sturgill in the corner there, would you give him an assist on that?
Yeah, that was an assist. That anytime you just take the pass and then jump up, even if you shoot a 40-footer, I guess it's an assist.
Right. Sam Stewart is on the line. Sam is 0 for 1 so far from the charity stripe tonight. He has 4 points in the first half of 4:29 remaining in the second quarter of play. Lenny Hall's going to come back in the ball game. Sam Stewart hits on this free throw. Dave, you know Sam Stewart's free throws are more like the line drive. There's not much arch there. It doesn't take long.
Yeah, he hit that one. The one before is the one that bounced up on the top, and he just shoots it straight and flat.
21-19. McDowell's on top. This one misses. Keith Hall has the rebound again, or had the rebound. He lost the handle on it. Someone fell in the box out in the middle.
2-point game now.
Dickie Joe Shannon gets it to Lenny Hall, back to Shannon. Boy, Jesse Osborne wanted the basketball inside. They couldn't get it to him. Shannon throws it right in the hands of Keith Hall. Boy, Johnny Ray Turner jumped off the bench, put his hands on his hip on that one. I think Dickie Joe throwing it really without looking. Keith Hall from 3-point line. Rocco in and out. Lance Hall done. Good job on the boards.
Well,
Gets it up to Webb.
They could have counted 1 point on that one. It was so close to going in.
Webb turns it over. Double dribble. And now Johnny Ray Turner says, hey, timeout, gang. 3:56 remaining in the second quarter of play. Let's take a 1-minute break, and we'll be right back at the D.W. Hyatt Fieldhouse. The action on the court, I'd like to take this time to say hello to a dear friend of ours and a former teacher of mine, Mr. Herschel Kahn, over at Prater. Dave Herschel has been here 19 out of 20 years working these basketball games, and boy, he is missing them. But it's a pleasure for us to bring it to him live on TV.
Yeah, how you doing, Herschel? Hope you enjoy the game.
Durand Newsom on the turnaround, got it down for Durand Newsom, 6 points in the basketball game.
That's 9-3 in this quarter, Betsy Lane. They've outscored McDowell 9-3.
We're all tied at 21. 3:37 to go. Lob inside. Keith Hall, he has picked up foul number 3. Keith Hall is going to have to come out there. Boy, Grainer Sloan ran all the way downhill.
Grainer didn't like that at all.
Keith Hall, that's his second personal
foul.
Oh,
second. Well, I missed one someplace.
Yeah, maybe you gave one to him that wasn't his, Hargo. We'll have to check with the official book halftime.
This one is up and in by Lenny Hall. You know, that's the first point now by Lenny Hall. He had 26 in the first ball game and was really our leading candidate for our WPRZ TV5 MVP.
Well, you remember over here in that conference game, he didn't score in the first half, and he got 14 the second half.
Lenny makes 2. Good of 2 free throws, and McDowell goes on top, 23-21. Basketball goes up to Keith Hall. Keith, nice fake, gets across the timeline. Is it back outside Durand Newsom? What a ball game, 23-21. Dave, usually when they have these college games up to be really good games, you really don't get a good game like this. This one is everything that we built it up to be.
I tell you, that's right. Year in and year out in the 58th district tournament, it is.
Sturgill lets it go to the side. Can't get it to go. Loose ball, Dickie Joe Shannon. Here come the Daredevils. Shannon decides to hold it up and give it over to Henry Webb. Webb. Is it back outside? Osborne back to Webb. Kicked by Hammonds, and McDowell will keep the basketball. 2:49 remaining in the half.
BJ, it looks like maybe Betsy Lane has either a different look out of their man-to-man or they went to a zone.
John Blackburn is coming in the lineup now for Betsy Lane. Looking for John Blackburn. Okay, he's going to guard Dickie Joe Shannon. I thought they might put him on Webb because of Blackburn's speed. But Durand Newsom's going to stay with Webb.
They're playing a triangle and 2 is what they're doing. Exactly what they're doing. They're guarding the guards man-to-man and playing a triangle zone. You see that?
All right.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Bounce pass inside Lance Hall. The turnaround can't get it to goal. Scrap for the rebound. Goes off for Durand Newsom and out of bounds.
That's not a bad move by Betsy Lane to go to a defense like that, considering that the guards have most of the points for McDowell to this point.
Have them all before. They have 19 of the 23 points. Lenny Hall drives in on the run, and one-hander puts it up and in. McDowell quickly goes back on top, 25-21. Boy, that made George happy over on the railing.
Yeah, the fan of the year.
Give it to Sturgill. Down in the corner to Durand Newsom looking inside. Goes up with it, and I thought Lance Hall hit him that time also. Lance has picked up his second foul. Lance is such a good leaper and a quick leaper that time. He got partial of the ball, but I thought he went across the arm also. And now coming in the lineup is going to be Shelton.
Here's Keith Shelton in there. He's a 6'5" sophomore, and he's really done a good job for McDowell off the bench also this year.
Durand Newsom will shoot 2. He has 6 points so far in the ball game. The first one rolls around and off and will not go. So that gets cheers from Johnny Ray Turner, and that's going to bring Earl Lawson's going to come in the lineup for Betsy Lane. He's going to take out Sam Stewart. I think this game is going to be such a quick pace in the second half. Sloan is wanting to give, I think both coaches may be willing to give the big boys just a little bit of rest in the first half. Knowing it could be an all-out war in the second half. Durand Newsom hits the second free throw. He has 7 points in the basketball game. McDowell leads 25-22, 2:10 remaining in the second quarter. Boy, Webb is so quick. Gets it all the way down, puts it up. No, they say travel with the basketball.
Called steps, Keith Shelton. It was a nice pass by Webb.
Ball got jitters.
Well, the ball got just a fingertip away from Shelton and caused him to have to get out there and move that pivot foot just a little bit to catch him.
Sturgill with him at Durand Newsom wide open, 17 feet away, short, won't go. Sturgill on the rebound, puts it up. I believe they're going to whistle him. Let's see if we're going to get the block of the charge. Waiting to see. It's going to go against Dickie Joe Shannon. His first. That's going to put Todd Sturgill on the line. Todd has 4 points so far in the first half of basketball. 25-22 with a minute 50 left in the first half. This one is too hard by Sturgill. Todd having an off here from the foul line. He'll have one more try. This time it's a little more higher on the arch. It still won't go. Lenny Hall has the rebound. Quickly out to Dickie Joe Shannon. Shannon on the move. Goes around Blackman. Still with the basketball. Let's say John Blackman has committed a foul. That'll be his first. That's going to put Dickie Joe Shannon on the line.
BJ, have you noticed that McDowell's guards are a little bit too quick for Betsy Lane when they try to pick them up way out here? Or something comes out of the stands there, a big roll of paper. The McDowell guards can get that much needed first step anytime they want it, and what you have to do to put somebody like that is just put different people in there and try to wear them down, and that's what Coach Sloan's trying to do. And that moving to the triangle and 2 was a good move on his part.
Dave, you know, the guards scored all 17 points in the first quarter for McDowell, but they have 2 points so far in the second quarter.
Right.
And you said all night long that the Hall boys are going to have to score down underneath Mark, Lenny, and Lenny.
Well, especially now since they went to that different defense, and he may have done that at the quarter.
Dickie Joe Shannon now with 10 points in the basketball game. He and Webb both have 10 points each. Minute 45 remaining in the second quarter play. Webb shot is on, Dickie Joe Shannon hits again. He has 11 now. 27-22, 5-point lead by McDowell. Blackman with the basketball, gives it back up to Hammonds. Sturgill almost traveled with the basketball. Give it up to Hammonds. Hammonds bounce pass back to Sturgill. Now Betsy Lane's going to set things back up. Durand Newsom from 3-point range, right it down. You cannot back off with Durand Newsom.
Is that our first 3-pointer of the game?
That's our first 3-pointer of the game. 27-25. Minute 25, second quarter left. Webb brings it down. Nice spin by Webb. Gets it over to Lenny Hall. Puts it up. No, I believe Sturgill on the block. Todd Sturgill's picked up his second foul. That's going to put Lenny Hall on the line. He'll get the bonus. McDowell's hit 9 of 10 free throws so far today. I'll tell you, they're the best free throw shooting team that I've seen in the 15th region.
Well, I tell you, they worked hard at it. Lenny has improved. Lenny came from, believe it or not, 55% to 70% in less than a month's playing time on a free throw line. Johnny Ray was telling me that just the other day.
That just goes to show you what dedication and hard work will do for us.
Well, Betsy Lane's got a small lineup on the floor right now.
Well, Coach Sloan was able to substitute for Stewart when Lance Hall went out. I thought that was a pretty good move on his part to get Stewart some rest before the half.
I just talked about Lenny Hall there, and all of a sudden he comes back in and gets 6 points in the second quarter. Grant Newsom with a basketball, sets things up now. Betsy Lane. Barry Hamilton wants to work the left-hand side. We're down to an even minute to go. 29-25. Glenn Hemmons out of the corner. Air ball won't go. Give it up to Lenny Hall. Boy, I don't think Grainer Sloan wanted that shot taken. I think Grainer might have even wanted to go for the last with 3 big boys on the bench.
Yeah, it might have been a good idea.
Go for the one shot. Now you can see McDowell is going to spread things out. We're down to 35 seconds.
McDowell with 2 of their players out, and Coach Sloan does he have 2 out also?
3
out.
Stolen away by Earl Lawson.
Pass there.
Lawson gives it up to Duran Newsom with 22 seconds.
Dickie Joe didn't see Lawson. He was shielded off from him, and he threw it right to him.
Duran Newsom gets it over to Barry Hamilton. On the spin to Blackman. We're down under 10 seconds to play now. They got the ball in Duran's hands. Newsom on the move. Stop. Goes up over Webb for 3. Got it.
I tell you, that's a big momentum builder to hit one like that at the half.
You cannot back off of Duran Newsom. He hit 4, and last night's game against Prestonsburg, he was 4 of 4 from the three-point line. We played one half of basketball with a score. The McDowell Daredevils 29. The Bobcats of Betsy Lane 28. Now we're ready to go. Sturgill inbound, gets it in to Duran Newsom. Picked up by Henry Webb. Now Webb is going to back off a little bit. Gets it over to Hammonds. Hammonds starting back in place of Barry Hall. Or Barry Hamilton. Newsom goes up with it. Got it. Nothing but net. 15 points now the ball game for Duran.
You can tell Duran feels it, and he's warming up as the game goes along.
30-29. Betsy Lane's on top by 1. They get the ball back to Henry Webb in the blue. Fakes, goes up, he got it. 12 now for Henry Webb.
A good assist there by Mark Hall to Henry Webb.
There by Henry Webb.
Long pass. Duran Newsom can't handle it. Goes out of bounds.
Well, the McDowell press a little worrisome to Betsy Lane there. We'll keep an eye on that. Now let's see what McDowell does, and let's see it. First of all, let's see if Betsy Lane's still triangle. Yeah, they're still in a triangle. Now let's see what the Daredevils does. Let's see what they do.
7:18 to go, third quarter play. Henry Webb on the move. Gets it outside. Mark Hall from the outside, right it down.
All right, there's something that you got to do. If they're not going to guard your inside people, somebody's got to shoot wing shots. And
Mark Hall has his first 2 points in the basketball game. Duran Newsom, Betsy Lane quickly back, 3-on-1, gives it to Sam Stewart. Lays it in.
Tremendous pass and assist there by Duran Newsom to Sam Stewart. That was great.
Sam Stewart now with 7 points in the ball game, 33-32. They get Joe Shannon looking inside. On the drive, puts it up. Nothing but the bottom of the net. 13 for Dickie Joe Shannon. 35-32. Long pass down to Sam Stewart. He'll wait on the Bobcats to catch up. Dow's on top by 3, 35-32. Hammonds with the basketball. Gives it to Stewart. Back outside Sturgill, wide open from 15, write it down. 6 points now in the ball game for John Sturgill.
Sam Stewart winged that one out real good. That was a good assist by him.
Webb on the move. Has it tipped away and underneath. Lance Hall did a good job. He almost had a 3-point play that time.
Yeah, he shot that ball backwards, and it almost went in. He backhanded it.
It's on Keith Hall. That's his third, the team's first.
That was on Keith Hall. That's his
Did you check to see what happened on that foul that you might have missed a while ago?
No, I didn't get down to the check line. No way to fight that crowd. This one is up and in by Lance Hall. 3 points down the ball game for Lance. This one rolls around, won't go. Webb had the basketball.
I tell you what, that guy is unbelievable about getting to the basketball, Henry Webb.
So McDowell will keep the basketball. They keep the score, 36-34. Getting into Dickie Joe Shannon. He lets it go from downtown. Can't get it to go. Sturgill had the rebound. Kicked it off to Rand Newsom. Newsom on the move. Stop. Pumps. Can't get it to go. Sturgill on the rebound. Goes up. No charge. Sturgill picked up his 3rd foul. The team second.
Is that 3 fouls on Sturgill?
I believe it is.
And Barry, let's see, Barry Hall.
Keith Hall.
Keith Hall.
John Blackburn's going to come into the lineup now, and Todd Sturgill's going to come out.
That could be significant there. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Dave, when you'd rather see your players just go ahead when you get the short rebound, just go ahead and put it back up.
Straight up.
The shoulder, then take 1 step and put it up.
That's right, straight up. Sturgill stuck his shoulder right into it.
Webb can't get it to go. Keith Hall has the rebound. He'll give it up to Durand Newsom. 5:43 to go in the 3rd quarter play. 36-34 McDowell. Blackburn off the baseline. Gives it to Durand Newsom. Keith Hall let it go from 17. Write it down. He is fouled.
Yeah, Lenny got him after the shot. He came out a little late and put a body into him after the shot.
I have Lenny Hall with his 1st foul. Team's first.
That's his first personal foul. Team's first.
Keith Hall on the line. It's good. 5 points down the basketball game for Keith Hall. Betsy Lane takes the lead.
Betsy Lane on top.
36.
By 1 now.
Betsy Lane's going to put some pressure on. Mark Hall gets the ball over there. Intercepted by Glenn Emmons. Emmons stops, goes up to the short jumper. Can't get it to go. Scraps the rebound. No, let's say Keith Hall. He has picked up his 4th foul. Team's 3rd.
That's 4 fouls on him.
Right.
One official called a jump ball and the other called a foul.
The official out front called the foul. They're going to get Barry Hamilton's going to get back in the lineup for Betsy Lane. Keith Hall's going to have to come out of there now. Dickie Joe Shannon takes it down, stop, pumps it up, can't get it to go. Keith Hall has the rebound. Johnny Ray Turner gets back up off the bench. Brennan Sloan has already been standing up to get it inside the Stewart on the turnaround, puts it in. And suddenly Betsy Lane now has the biggest lead, 39-36. Webb with the basketball. Gives it over to Mark Hall. Hall works against Stewart, gives it back to Webb. Mark Hall from 14, can't get it to go. Keith Hall on the run out. Hall lays it up and in.
Cal had absolutely nobody back that time. Now McDowell calls timeout. And BJ, the pattern that I said had existed in the 2nd quarter is still there in this 3rd quarter, and Betsy Lane now with a 5-point lead.
Betsy Lane has outscored them 13-7 so far in the 3rd quarter. 4:35 to go. It's Betsy Lane 41, McDowell 36. We'll be back in 30 seconds. And now they come off. Betsy Lane breaks huddle along with McDowell. 4:35 remaining in the 3rd quarter play. It's been a good one. It's 41-36.
It looks like for a moment there that McDowell might have had a plan in mind to attack that triangle 2. Mark Hall took that little 12-foot wing shot and hit it, but then he didn't try one for some 3 minutes or 4. Nobody else tried one, and then he tried the next one, and there was nobody back for him. So McDowell in a little bit of trouble right now at 46-31 or 41-36 lead for the Bobcats.
Okay, we're still waiting now. We'll have to have some more. They want the floor swept again.
Little pieces of paper all over the floor.
resume play. Dickie Joe Shannon to inbound. He will give it up now, and Henry Webb brings it down. 4.5 minutes remaining, third quarter play. Bounce pass into Lance Hall. Off to Shannon, lets it go, got it. 41-38 now. McDowell's going to put some pressure on. Barry Hamilton with the basketball. Rand Newsom looking for help, has to get it back to Hamilton. Long pass to Hammonds. Rand Newsom now being guarded by Henry Webb. Put over to Blackburn. Rand Newsom for three. Nothing but the bottom of the net. 18 points in the ball game for Rand Newsom. Betsy Lane goes on top, 44-38. Their biggest lead by 6. The lob inside for Hall. Nice pass. Go up and in with it.
Gotta have some of that, BJ. We talked about that earlier.
Lance Hall now with 5 points in the basketball game. Bobcats on top by 4. 3 minutes, 22 seconds remaining, third quarter play. Both coaches still standing. Hammonds in the blue, has it blocked. Hall may calls a foul, and I've got to disagree with that one. If anything, I thought it should have been a jump ball because Lance Hall was up in the air.
I think that we could both agree on that one easily. That was all ball.
That is the second team foul. Lance has picked up his third foul, but it's only the team second. Glenn Hammonds will be on the line. Well, I'd like to see the replay on that one.
Yeah. I didn't see any part of the body get him, so it was all ball.
This one is up and in. 5 points now in the basketball game for Glenn Hammonds. Betsy Lane builds the lead back to 5. They're trying to equal their biggest lead of the ball game, and Glenn Hammonds misses. On the rebound is Lenny Hall. Gives it to Webb. Quickly to Dickie Joe Shannon. Shannon puts up the short jumper. He got it. So Dickie Joe Shannon, 17 points in the ball game against to go to war. 45-42. Barry Hamilton trouble. He's got to give it up to Hammonds. We played 2:55 to go, third quarter of play. Stewart with the basketball. Betsy Lane begins to little cat and mouse now. Keep away. Going underneath, wide open to Stewart. Lays it up and in.
Stewart sneaked right in the zone, in the seam of the zone there again.
47-45 as Webb goes up. Oh, we have a foul.
Rand Newsom.
He picked up his second, team's fourth.
His second, team fourth.
McDowell will keep the basketball over on the sideline. Are called inbounds. Give it up to Webb. Lenny Hall. Get up to Shannon off the baseline. Got it. Boy, he is some shooter. 19 points in the ball game. You know what's amazing? McDowell does not have a three-point shot yet. I don't think they've shot any, have they?
That's uncharacteristic of them. No, they haven't. They haven't attempted any.
Rand Newsom with a basketball from Betsy Lane. Almost lost his balance. Did a good job keeping the basketball. We've got just about 2 minutes to go in the third quarter play. Blackburn is wide open underneath. He lays it up and has it blocked by Henry Webb, and they're going to call a foul on Webb, and it'll be his second, the team's third. That's going to put John Blackburn on the line.
Henry Webb, that's his second, team third. John Blackburn.
Coach Turner is a little bit upset because the outside official called that one, and the guy right in front of it didn't call anything. And that happened to Betsy Lane once earlier, didn't it?
Right.
On a jump ball and a foul. They called a foul and a jump ball.
47-44, a minute 58 to go in the third quarter. What a ball game. Blackburn hits on the second. Betsy Lane goes back on top by 4, 48-44. A minute 55, Webb on the move. Webb quickly, nice pass, get to Mark Hall, lays it up and in.
That was a tremendous pass by Webb. I tell you what, he's got tremendous peripheral vision and court sense.
48-46. We still have a minute 41 remaining, third quarter play. out. Durant now trying to move his teammates around to get the ball to Blackford. Down to minute 13. Webb almost had it still. Hamilton on the turnaround, can't get it to go. On the rebound, there's Lenny Hall. Quickly outlet to Dickie Joe Shannon. Shannon on the move. Stop, puts it up, got it.
Well, I tell you what, Dickie Joe wants to play. You can tell it.
21 points in the ball game for Dickie Joe Shannon. We're all tied at 48.
He and Durand Newsom came to play tonight.
51 seconds remaining. Third quarter, Durand Newsom, no, we have a blocking foul. Dickie Joe Shannon. That will be the team's fourth, and I believe Shannon might have picked up his second foul.
I don't mean to imply that nobody else came to play. Everybody did. But I tell you, those two got fire in their eyes right now offensively.
Dickie Joe Shannon has 10 points already in the third quarter, 21 overall. Durand Newsom, leading scorer from Betsy Lane, has 18. Betsy Lane inbounds underneath her own basket. 45 seconds to go. Third quarter play. Barry Hamilton with the basketball. Lobs it for Durand. Hammonds on the turnaround. Yes. No. It's a trouble with the basketball.
Yeah, that was a good call, BJ. He turned and started to shoot, and then he got off balance and took some tippy-toe steps there. It was a good call.
Henry Webb brings things down for McDowell. Still looking for help. Shannon with the basketball. Now we have a push. I think Durand Newsom might have picked up his third foul.
No, 22.
Barry Hamilton.
Barry Hamilton. Barry got a little bit off balance and stumbled back into Webb and knocked him down there in that double team situation.
Webb is 4 out of 4 from the charity stripe. 3 field goals on tonight. 4 field goals on tonight. He has 12 points. We're all tied at 48 with 25 seconds remaining in the third quarter of play. Webb right there, 5 of 5 from the foul line. Dave, I don't know how many you have to shoot in one game, where it's 8 or not.
I think it is.
But I'll tell you one thing, McDowell win the team free throw. They've missed the one foul shot so far tonight. Oh, I just jinxed them. 49, 48.
How many times does that happen?
19 seconds. Durand Newsom on the move. Still driving. Stop. Goes up with a short jumper. Running down. Give him 20 on the night.
Money players, I tell you.
20 points for Durand Newsom. Dickie Joe Shannon goes up with a short one and he one-hander. Can't get it to goal. Mark Hall lays it up and in.
Right at the buzzer, and there's one that goes over the backboard.
Into the crowd.
That's it for the third quarter.
Fellas, we played 3 quarters of basketball. McDowell over to Betsy Lane, 51-50. We'll be back in 1 minute. Final 8 minutes of basketball. McDowell will own the basketball. They own the lead on the scoreboard, 51-50. The team, each team that time scored 22 points in the third quarter, Dave. Unbelievable.
We speeded the game up a little bit there. Both teams, the tempo picked up. 22 points apiece.
With Durand Newsom, Dickie Joe Shannon, it don't take long to add those points up.
That's right.
Durand with 20 points, Dickie Joe 21 on the night. Shannon on the move, puts it up, can't get it to go, gets his own rebound, puts it up underneath.
Boy, what hustle. I tell you, he had to jump over people, and that was a tremendous effort, BJ.
53-50. Ball comes down to Keith Hall. Bounce pass out to Durand Newsom. Todd Sturgill back in the lineup for Betsy Lane. No.
Four fouls on
Mark. Is that Mark Hall?
I thought he called it on Lance, but...
Yeah, 34.
That's 4 fouls on it.
Team's fifth.
Well, we'll have to keep an eye on the foul situation. If either team, we'll see who loses a key player first. That could be a big factor.
Todd Sturgill's first free throw attempt is in and out, won't go. Boy, Durand Newsom on the rebound.
Went Lance Hall out of the game now.
Lance Hall has fouled out of the ball game, and Davey fouls out with only 5 points tonight.
And that was unfortunate for Lance because the little guy came from the high side and got that rebound, and that's just a lapse from the guys there in the lane to block out.
That's going to bring Shelton back into the ball game now for McDowell. Boy, I know that's got to make a few gray hairs in the coach's head when players don't box out like that, get the easy rebound.
That's right. get Lance out, but I don't think he was trying to. And that's just a little mental lapse that cost on a key player.
7:26 to go in the fourth quarter of play. 53-50 McDowell leads. But Rand Newsom now will be on the line. He'll get 2. Rand is 1 out of 2 so far from the foul line. He has 20 points in the ball game. Make it 21. 53-51. Got them both. 22 for Rand Newsom. 53-52. Webb on the move. Webb is just so quick. Shot is up and in by Shelton.
I tell you, you just can't keep up with Henry Webb out there.
Give Webb the assist. Keith Hall on the move. Looking for help. Gets it back to Rand Newsom. 55-52 McDowell. They lob inside. I believe that Mark Hall now might have picked up his 3rd foul.
How many players have 3 fouls on them now, sir?
Mark Hall was the only other guy with 3 for McDowell.
Betsy Lane has 2.
Sturgill has 3. Keith Hall has 4.
Oh, Keith Hall 4 and Sturgill 3.
Sturgill hits on the free throw attempt. That is a 55-53 ball game. A lot of time left, 7:02. This one is up and in by Sturgill. Cuts the lead to 1, 55-54. Shannon gets the ball over to Webb. Webb on the move. Still bobbing, weaving behind the back dribble. Stop. Pulls up from 16. Got it.
My goodness, I tell you, what where else can you beat this?
15 points in the ball game for Webb. Hammonds with the basketball. Gets it up to Sturgill. He'll go over to Rand Newsom with 6 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the ball game. 57-54 McDowell. Sam Stewart wants to work off the baseline. Gets it out to Rand Newsom. Picked up by Shannon. He'll let it go. Right it down.
Money players. I tell you, this is fantastic.
Rand Newsom and Dickie Joe Shannon really putting on a clinic here. Rand Newsom 24 points in the ball game. Dickie Joe Shannon 23. Henry Webb dropped behind with 15. Webb on the drive. Gives it up to Mark Hall. They look for Shelton back to Hall. 57-56. McDowell leads. Shannon on the weave. Puts it through.
I'll tell you what, you just can't stop these guys.
25 for Dickie Joe Shannon. And Newsom with the basketball. 3-point range again. This time he shot too hard. Won't go. Sam Stewart on the rebound. Puts it out. He traveled with the basketball.
He saw an opening and he exchanged pivot feet there, BJ. I'll tell you what, Rand Newsom, Henry Webb, Dickie Joe, what else can you do? I mean, these guys are just, they're fabulous tonight. You know, just absolutely taking this game in their hands.
What a ball game it has been. Exciting basketball. Let's take a 30-second break. We'll be back live at the D.W. Howard Fieldhouse. D.W. Howard Fieldhouse. As you see the McDowell cheerleaders down on the floor on the far side, the Betsy Lane cheerleaders are trying to, I don't know, you can't bar your team up any more than this, Dave. It's 59-56 and 5:52 remaining.
I'll tell you, BJ, we're in for a barn burner down this next 5 minutes. Almost 6 minutes. We're in for a typical 58th District Championship finish.
All right, we just got word that the University of Kentucky has won the basketball game by 9 points. I didn't get the final score on it.
That locks the conference.
Right. So as the minute says, now they'll get rings outright.
Yeah.
McDowell has the basketball. They have the lead. 59-56, 5 minutes, 48 seconds remaining. Webb on the drive, goes up with a short jumper, got it.
Boy, what else can you do? I'll tell you, I'm amazed at these guards on both teams.
17 points in the ball game for Webb. McDowell has a 5-point lead, 61-56, 5.5 to go. Rand Newsom with the basketball. Keith Hall for 3 points, right it down.
My goodness, again. And Keith Hall with a big 3-pointer.
10 points in the ball game for Keith Hall.
That was a big 3-point basket.
61-59.
Just when you think you've seen it all, you find out you haven't.
It doesn't get any better than this. Dickie Joe Shannon with the basketball, picked up by Hammonds, looks inside. Lenny Hall turns around, can't get it to go. Rand Newsom might have picked up his 4th foul.
Over the back.
Third foul, rather, his third foul.
And you know who was there, Henry Webb. I tell you, these guys, see, Duran was after the ball, Henry Webb was after the ball. That's the kind of players they are. They're right around that basketball.
Webb has 17 points in the basketball game. Petey, we're going to have a tough time picking the MVP on TV5 throughout this tournament. Shot is on the way by Webb. He got the roll. Boy, you certainly can't count Henry Webb out of it. He has 18 points in this ball game, 26 points in the other ball game, and he's just not an offensive threat. He does it all. He handles the basketball, dishes out assists. He makes this one, give him 19 in the ball game.
He absolutely does it all. That's right.
63
right there.
63, 59, 5:05 remaining. Duran Newsom with the basketball, wants to work top of the key against Webb. Players really begin to jog for position. They get it into Sam Stewart, loses the handle. Dickie Joe Shannon comes up with it and McDowell. Shannon on the move, still driving, wants to work left-hand side. Stop, comes back out. Looking for Webb. Now he spins, goes back in, puts up the short jump shot way too hard. Sturgill has the rebound. And I believe we're going to have a foul. That might go against Mark Hall. It's on 13, I believe they call it. That'll be on Shannon. His third. David, I thought if there was one bad shot tonight, Dickie Joe Shannon did. He did it right there.
He forced the action on that one. He certainly did. I'll be honest with you, I didn't see him foul that time. I don't know what has happened.
Sturgill will be on the line. He'll get the bonus he hits. Suddenly we have a 63-60 ball game. The scoreboard says 50.
Yeah.
Smudge up. There we go. 63-61. Sturgill hits again.
Something's happened to my headset here. I can't hear anything.
Can you hear us now?
Can't hear anything.
Well, we can hear you. This one is up. Sturgill has the rebound.
Shannon is hurt over there on the sidelines.
Shannon goes after the steal. Duran Newsom runs it down, tries to go behind the back dribble, has the basketball. He's on the move. 10 seconds is going to be called, but now they keep the basketball.
Coach Turner better settle Dickie Joe down. He's got 3 fouls on him, and he's going to have to settle him down. It looked like he hurt himself over there on the sideline just a little bit.
4:22 remain the ball game. McDowell owns the score 63-61. They have the basketball. Mark Hall now to inbounds, looking for help, gives it out to Henry Webb. Webb with the basketball. On the drive, stop, goes off the glass.
That one's not going to count, I don't think. He got him before he turned the shot.
That's on Duran Newsom now. He could have picked up his 4th. Let's see, it is on number 11, Duran Newsom.
And that could turn out to be a very big foul there. If that's going to take a little bit of the aggressiveness away from Duran. On the other hand, if Dickie Joe or Henry fouls out for McDowell, you know, that's curtains.
Webb will be on the line. He'll get the bonus. First one is right through. 20 points for Henry Webb so far in this ball game. Webb goes after point number 21. The shot is on the way. It's good by Henry Webb. It is a 65-61 ball game. Still a lot of time left. 4:10 to go in the ball game. Duran Newsom with the basketball. Hammonds. They go to Sam Stewart underneath. And I believe Mark Hall might have picked up his 4th foul.
Mark drew the task of having to try to keep up with Sam Stewart. He did a very good job over here in that conference game on Sam defensively, and tonight they're going at it again, toe-to-toe.
Sam Stewart has 11 points in the basketball game. He's 1 of 3 so far from the foul line. Sam's first free throw attempt is in.
Line drive, it stayed in.
65-62. Boy, you think about people's not on the edge of the seats, Dave.
I tell you, I'm nervous.
Stewart hits on both of them. Give Big Sam now 13.
I'm nervous, but I'm enjoying this. This is something else.
It doesn't get any better. Floyd County basketball, 65-63 is Webb on the move.
Uh-oh, Duran had just fouled out of the ball game.
He is laying down on the floor.
Duran had just fouled out of the ball game, and Henry Webb, I think you might call that premeditation. I think he knew what he was going to try to do, and he took it right to Duran that time.
Duran
That's a big loss. But on the other hand, now let's keep our mind on everything was, you know, over, and Betsy Lane came back. It can have a reverse effect on it.
All right, Durant fouls out of the ball game. He's the leading scorer for Betsy Lane. He scored 24 points. He had 3 3-pointers tonight, 7 for the tournament. Durant Newsom had a good tournament. That's going to put Webb, who has 21 points in the ball game. Give him 22 now. 66-63, 3:56. Johnny Ray Turner can't sit down. Now, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to be in those coaches' places right now. I'm nervous enough up here. This one is through. 23 for Henry Webb. 67-63. Long pass to Keith Hall. Goes between his hands. He runs it down, though. Keith Hall's a good three-point shooter. They give it to Barry Hamilton. We're going to have to stand up now. People standing, it's hard to see. They give it to Hammonds. We're on the right-hand side. Hammonds looking for help. Gives it to Big Sam Stewart. Hammonds fakes the three-pointer. Doesn't want to shoot it. Give it back to Stewart off the baseline. Puts it down. Goes up around. Puts it up left hand.
He made a real move, but the ball just wouldn't go in on him. They left the baseline unguarded that time, and Sam took advantage of it, but it just wouldn't stay, B.J.
Sheldon did a good job that time of getting the rebound. Webb, charge. So Webb now has picked up his third foul. Henry might have got just a little bit carried away on that one. He has hurt his leg.
Yeah, he's that kind of player, I tell you what. Of course, he may have forced the issue just a little bit on that one, B.J.
Well, Webb has 23 points in this ball game. Dickie Joe Janet 25. They have 48 of the 67 points. 67-63. 3:10 remaining now in the fourth quarter play. They go to Sturgill. Look inside Stewart. On the turnaround, the left-handed hook. Got it to go this time.
Real move. That was a real move. This guy's a great ball player for a sophomore.
67-65. It ain't over yet. 2 minutes, 55 seconds remaining. They get the ball inside. Lenny Hall puts it up. Got the roll.
Yeah, that one stayed in.
8 points in the ball game for Lenny Hall. Hammonds, 69-65. 2 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. Keith Hall with the basketball. Looking for help. He throws it right into the hands of Mark Hall. Mark Hall gets off.
Great anticipation there. That was a big steal with McDowell can take advantage of it because we're approaching the 2-minute mark.
2:25 remaining. Dickie Joe Shannon with the basketball. Mark Hawkins all the way out top of the key. McDowell spreads it out on the floor. Betsy Lane goes man-to-man. Sturgill goes after Mark Hall. Now Sturgill's going to pick up Webb. Webb across the center line. He stepped over. And now Johnny Ray Turner said he was hit. He might have had a little assistance on that one, David.
Well, he did, but I tell you, I question doing that, going, you know, to a stall with 2 minutes to go and a 4-point lead. Maybe with a minute and something, but not at that particular time. I think they needed a good offensive set.
Barry Hamilton from the outside hits it. Barry Hamilton with his first bucket of the night, and what a big bucket it was. It pulls Betsy Lane within 2, 69-67, a minute 55. Brandon Sloan on his feet. Johnny Ray Turner standing. What excitement. All the fans standing. Webb lets it go. Won't go this time. And on the rebound, Webb.
And what's that? Foul inside.
I believe Hammonds might have picked up the foul.
Now that's 10.
10 is Todd Sturgill, and if it's on Sturgill, that is his 4th. But who else got the offensive rebound? But
Henry Webb. That's right. He's assist man. He's a rebound man. He's an offensive man. What else can you do?
Mark Hall will be on the line. He'll get the bonus. A minute 43 remaining. The shot is in the air. It's good. Right through. Mark Hall.
A sophomore, and he hit nothing but the bottom of the net in the finals of the district with the game on the line. I tell you.
7 points in the ball game.
We got some good sophomores in this county.
7 points in the ball game for Mark Hall. Mark will have one more try. This one is high in the air. He shot our ball.
Well, I jinxed him on that one, didn't I?
So it's only a 3-point McDowell lead with a minute 43 to go.
But Keith Shelton, Mark Hall, and Sam Stewart, sophomores right there on that floor right now. Some real good talent.
Boy, I'll tell you, everybody on their feet. What an exciting championship basketball game live on TV5. He lobbed for Stewart on the turnaround. Can't get it to go. Mark Hall had the rebound. Falls down and he traveled with it.
That was a real good rebound in there, but they call walking on Mark.
A minute and a half exactly left in the basketball game. Everyone on their feet.
What a ball game.
to inbound. Sturgill goes up with it. Charge, and he is fouled out of the ball game. Sturgill thought they called it on someone else. He can't believe Paul May's call.
Well, DJ, let me tell you, about 2 years before I quit coaching, they came out with a rule on that. And the official was absolutely correct. If a guy is standing and a guy leans back into him under the basket, it is a charge, but you can't tell the fans that. There's no way you can tell the fans that.
Todd Sturgill fouls out of the ball game. He has 10 points. It is 70-67. McDowell will have the basketball now. And Betsy Lane wants to take a timeout on the floor with a minute 28 remaining. McDowell 70, Betsy Lane 67. We'll be back in 30 seconds at the D.W. Howard Fieldhouse. And at the D.W. Howard Fieldhouse, the crowd is standing in front of us. I don't think anyone is hardly sitting down. I look over to my left in the end zone where they put the bleachers, Dave Turner. It is jam full of people all around the D.W. Howard Fieldhouse. Boy, I'll tell you, what a tribute to these two ball clubs.
Two great schools, two great basketball teams, and coming down to a fantastic finish, it looks like.
We have a minute 28 remaining. If the judge joined us, McDowell's on top, 70-67. And more important right now, they own the basketball.
Yeah, I didn't expect the scoring to be this high in this ball game. I thought maybe in the 50s.
Really, in the first half, it wasn't. It was 29-28, but both teams exploded in the third quarter, scoring 22 points each. Shannon will inbound, and he'll give it up to Webb. They're going to back the people off the playing surface.
And we're going to have the official is calling for the police.
They're going to ask for the state police.
It's going to be hard to keep those people back there, I'll tell you. I'd hate to be a policeman trying to do that right now.
Webb with the basketball, going to bring it down. Barry Hamilton's going to meet him at midcourt. Betsy Lane quick man-to-man. Webb picked up by Hamilton, gets it over to Dickie Joe Shannon. Picked up by Hammonds. Shannon. Give it over to Mark. No, he travels with the basketball. He took steps. So now Betsy Lane will have one more try with a minute 12.
Well, we couldn't see that. All I could see was Mark Hall's head.
They give it up to Barry Hamilton, picked up by Dickie Joe Shannon. Hamilton almost bobbled the basketball, gets it across the timeline, spins, still spinning, give it to Keith Hall. He lets it go for three, can't get it to go. Earl Lawson went after the rebound, couldn't get it, and there's that guy, Henry Webb, on a run out to Lenny Hall. Gives it right back to Mark Hall, fakes. They give it to Dickie Joe Shannon. They're going to hold it up.
That was real intelligent there by the Daredevils. I thought sure that they were going to shoot that ball, and they didn't shoot it.
What a play by Henry Webb, though. Another big rebound. And I'll tell you what, if McDowell wins this meeting, I've got to vote for Henry Webb for MVP.
You couldn't go wrong on that one, but I'll tell you something. Lenny Hall just did a very intelligent thing there by not shooting that basketball.
Taking precious seconds off the clock.
And then if that's not bad enough or good enough or whatever you want to say, Mark Hall had it and didn't take the shot. Put it right back out there.
We're down to 48 seconds and Dickie Joe Shannon is on the line. He puts it up and through.
Well, these are big free throws right here, and the first one went.
71-67. 48 seconds remaining. This one won't go. Sam Stewart on the rebound.
Well,
Keith Hall might have shot just a little bit too far out the last time.
Yeah, he did, and he forced it up there, too.
Hammonds brings it down. He's going to have to move. We're down to 38 seconds. Keith Hall wants the basketball. They give it over to Barry Hamilton. Betsy Lane's got to do something. They're down. Hamilton puts it up in the paint. Can't get the roll.
There's Henry Webb.
Henry Webb, and he is fouled.
I tell you what, Henry Webb is where the basketball is. You can put your money on that.
Barry Hamilton has picked up his third foul. There's dancing on the sidelines.
Well, I tell you what, they better not celebrate yet, because with that three-point line out there, this game ain't over.
I thought Betsy Lane and Charlie used too much time bringing the basketball down. They need 2 possessions.
Well,
down by 5.
With Duran out, you could sort of expect that. You know, he's not out there, and they may have been looking for him. He's their leader, and he's not in there. And you have to feel sorry for a basketball team when their best man goes out like that in a game like this.
It is 67-72. McDowell. Webb again. 73.
Henry Webb.
67. 24 seconds. Hammonds on the drive. Keith Hall. Hammonds. Got to give it over to Hall. He lets it go from 3-point range. Can't get it to go. Scrap for the rebound. And I believe Hammonds has been a foul.
Over the back.
that your vote?
Yes, sir. Yeah, Henry Webb has played one heck of a game.
Webb will be at McDowell High School on Monday with the cameras and the flag in honor of Henry Webb as being the WPRG TV5 58th District Most Valuable Player. Dickie Joe Shannon is on the line. This one won't go. Hammonds has the rebound. It's down to about 13 seconds. It's just a matter of time. Hammonds lets it go. Stops, pumps from three-point. Air ball won't go. McDowell has the basketball. And it's all over. We're down to the final 8
well, you
seconds
know,
to go.
with that missed free throw, if he'd have hit that, they would have been, they had a shot at it. But I think it's definitely over now. Henry Webb knows he doesn't have to cross mid-court, and he's just going to let the time run out, and there's the ball game. And the Daredevils are district champs, BJ.
Let's watch the celebration down on the floor. Let's keep the cameras down on the floor. McDowell wins over Betsy Lane, 73-67. Celebration time. They're dancing in the streets at McDowell. Well, we definitely would like to get Coach Johnny Ray Turner up here, Dave, also Henry Webb, and, of course, the principal, Gary Frazier. We'll wait till they get done with the trophy presentation, and maybe we'll get an interview with those three people. But we'll be showing back Monday evening our trophy presentations. Congratulations goes out to Henry Webb for the 1988-58 district champion. He is TV5's most valuable player. Also, we'll be at Betsy Lane High School for Yolanda Kinsley and Tammy Hall. We'll be giving those two girls co-plaques for being the MVP in the girls tournament. The celebration continues at mid-court, where McDowell has just defeated Betsy Lane 73-67. We'll be back.